What's up, guys? Oh shit. Oh, okay. Turn the volume down here. Can you hear me now? What's up, Chef? Hey, talk to me, Chef. I'm working on a little project that I want to try. I'm out in my garage right now. Um, I'm just trying to play around with the setups and stuff. Let me know if you can hear me. Hey, I appreciate you, bro. Can you hear me? Wait, where's my camera? Can you hear me? Oh, all right. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. All right. Give me a second. I'm going to set up my tripod right here. See, I got my tripod right. Oh, snap. What's up, Gab? Hey, y'all caught me on a project day. I'm trying to do some things. What's up, third degree? Hey, third degree. I'm working on this collab real quick. I'm trying to set up my tripod and whatnot. Um, so I'm working on this little setup that I can put out here where I got my chair at. So, if anybody wants to come up, yeah, out by the barber shop. If anybody wants to come up, let me know. I think I can post the. Oh yeah. I can get the. Actually, I do need somebody to come up if you want to talk while I'm doing the setup and everything. If anybody wants to come up, just chit chat or whatever, have a convo. I'm just out here working on my little project, and I wanted to make sure I could do it. I got this idea off of the B1 network. I seen when they had multiple devices and stuff set up on the same stream, so I'm like, okay, let me try something like that. So I'm trying to get this right, but I got to set up my tripod, so I'm gonna have to put my phone down. Oh, I know what I can do. All right, watch this. I'm gonna get jiggy with it a little bit here. There we go. I think. See, I'm trying to see which one's gonna have a better picture. Well, I guess I don't get to change the settings, huh? Okay, I got this now. I'm working on it. Yeah, hold up. Let me see if I can this one, right? Well, this one's better. This is coming from my phone. This one up here is my generic little laptop. What up, Doug? All right, so here, let me see if I can do this. I'm gonna post a link or whatever. You guys come up and chat with me, and I'm trying to figure out how. Oh, I know what to do. Oh, my dumbass. Watch the boy work. Hey, somebody go ahead and hit the link. Come on up, man. Oh shit! You know what? I gotta. Oh my. Oh, I can get the sound over here and turn off the mic. No, I can put the mic down here and turn the sound up here. Let's see. All right. I got this. I'm getting it. I'm getting it. So what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put this down for a second. Let's see if y'all can see the motorcycle. No, you can't see it too good, huh? I gotta find the perfect spot for the tripod so that I got the right lighting and everything. All right, cool. Appreciate you. Yeah, if anybody wants to come up, man, just click that link right there. I think that's the link. Let me know if it works, or if it don't work. I don't have an iPhone though. Third, that's a LG. Um, what is it called? The Stylus V20, something like that. It's like the equivalent of a Samsung Note, the Galaxy Note. All right, so check this out. This is my little toy right here, right? My little tripod. Why am I standing all stupid? All right, so I gotta remember now how to open it up. All right, this one opens up here first to make it tall. Oh, all right, here we go. Boom. So I'm talking about. Okay, so you see it shrinks down to like 2.5 feet right here, right? You see that? Goes from my head down to, from top of my head to my, right around my belly button. Watch this. This thing is a champ. So my boys, I got this. So my boys can do their videos, their music videos and whatnot. Oh, you know what? What's up, Kenny? Hey, yo, Kenny, if you want to come up, man, hit the link. It's in the chat. It should be right up there. 11 Pro Max. Is that the iPhone 11? Third? All right. All right, so check this out. I got, oh, can't see it yet. Okay, so now the tripod standing off the ground, right now it's up to my chest, right? But this thing is full of all kinds of magic. It's got an extender. Can you see it? Oh, there you go. Check this out. My boys want to do videos and stuff like that. I can extend this thing all the way up to where the camera is actually overhead. And I want to say there's one more thing that will allow it to go a little taller. But you know what? We don't even need that, right? That's not what this is about. Right now, it's just trying to see if I can get everything to work right. Oh, yeah. Here, let me see if I can swing the phone around. Oh, okay, I'm going to have to put the tripod on that side, get better lighting in here. It's all right. We'll make this work. Okay, so actually here. So what I have right here, this little thing, this little phone holder is actually a, it's the mount to put on the tripod. Right? So on this tripod, I have, okay, I'm gonna put this here. Go ahead and connect it. Nope, I got it backwards. Hold up. There we go. And they say that you got to invest in good stuff. This is one of those things that they're talking about. All right. Go ahead and put this up. Can you see yourself? That's you. All right, hold up. Yeah. Let me put one time. Enter. Yeah, I need somebody to come up and chat with me. I feel like I'm a little bit stupid talking to myself. Yeah, it might. Oh, I keep forgetting to lock the thing, but I'm trying to get the right angles. All right. Hey, Miss Gigi, how you doing? Hey, you know what? If you want to do good things, you got to have good stuff, right? You got to invest in yourself. Oh, okay. One more thing. Power. Power is important. Okay, yeah, there we go. Whenever you're recording, you want to make sure your device ain't gonna die on you. So you gotta have power. And so for power, I'm gonna steal my power from where I normally connect my clippers. And that way I can get HD video from the phone without it dying on me. I've seen a lot of people doing streams and stuff, and then their phone just dies out or whatever. So I don't want that to happen. So if I'm going to set up my barber chair area to do streams and whatnot, I got to make sure I have enough power sources and all that to do everything. All right, so let's see. I got the microphone over here, and I got the phone over there, but I'm not using the microphone from my phone. Yeah, you can see it's muted, right? So don't worry, I'm talking out loud, just kind of talking to myself, but got you. I got you, Third. I see what you're saying. All right, so boom, boom, boom. All right, so I'm going to turn this a little bit so I can see what the best angle is to get my phone. That way you guys can see what I'm doing. Talk about show your work, right? All right. So I'm going to need lighting. If I want to get my whole chair in there. Nope, I don't got the mirror. Okay. All right, hold on. Let's see. Now, this is where I got to up my skills, and there's supposed to be a way. Oh, what up, Chef? Hold on here. Add. What up, Chef? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, nice. Thanks for coming up, man.
No, that I can't stay long. I'm still at work in the kitchen.
Oh, okay. Are you working? You own that, or you work at a restaurant?
What'd you say?
I said, do you own that, or are you working like at a restaurant?
Oh, I work. I don't own it. I'm a chef at like a conference, a big conference.
Got you. Oh, hold on, just a sec.
Yeah, the executive chef. What's going on? You trying to do for 2 cameras?
Yeah, I'm trying to use my phone. I want to do more streams out in the garage. Hold up.
It's working good though.
Through clear?
Okay, the sound is coming through. Yeah, the sound is clear.
All right. I'm trying to figure out a way I know you can make like full size.
You trying to do what?
Like, okay, you're supposed to be able to make one of the people that's on the screen, like how you get multiple people.
Yeah, I'm not really too savvy with it, Mike. I ain't even going front. I just came up, for a little technical support if I can help. I ain't really good at it.
I appreciate you, man. Yeah, so what I want to do is get the phone camera full size. Let's see. Oh, I guess that's like, nope. Oh, that's me. I don't want too big. All right, see. Okay, that's all three of us. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Boom. See, now you can see me in the mirror. All right, so I'm trying to just figure out how to get my camera to be the thing that, cause like I don't have I'm not monetized yet or whatever, so I can't stream from my phone. I can't do live streams, right? And you see the camera on the laptop ain't that great. So I'm trying to figure out a way to where if I want to come out to my garage and do a stream, then I can use my phone for the picture, the video, and all that. You know, I got the microphone that I use if I want to take a regular like digital camera or whatever. If I want to go hiking or something like that and make a video, I got a microphone that you can connect to the camera. A nice little high-tech thing, but it's not really good for computers. It's more just for cameras and whatnot. Well, okay, so yeah. So see, this is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get the picture right.
I mean, the picture is on my phone is centered, so that's what I see. I see one picture in the center. I see you. I see you. I see behind you
in the mirror, right?
And I see the mirror. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. See, that's what I'm trying to do. Trying to get that set up right. You know, just kind of little bit of put in some work. Just I figured I'd go live while I'm doing the project.
You just keep working with it, keep tweaking it, and you'll soon get it. But I got to get this food out. Peace and love to everybody in your chat. I'm gonna holler at you later, mate. I hope I was helpful.
Oh, Chef, I appreciate you, man. Yes, it helped me a lot because you know what I'm saying. Like with the multiple screens and whatnot, it helps me figure out how to set up the display I want to get if I'm gonna do this stream. But hey, have a good day,
peace and love, brother. I'm gonna holler.
Stay safe, man. I appreciate Chef coming through. Who else is in there? Hey, Raya, how you doing? Thank you for coming through. Miss Gigi. I seen somebody else was in there. All right, let's see. Boom. Wow, get some shout outs. All right, now. See, I don't like I do my lives usually from my computer in my room. What's in there? Gigi, Rob. What up, Rob? How you doing, man? Okay, what's this? Okay, got that. So don't mind me, guys. Hey, I'm working on I'm upping my game here, trying to get everything right. What's up, Laro? What's up, brother Art? Appreciate you guys coming through. I'm just gonna use the GoPro and upload the videos. Yeah, man, that's what so when I'm riding the motorcycle, that's what I usually do. Oh, you know what? Let me see if I can. Oh yeah, I can switch it up. I'll let you guys see my other little baby over here. Yeah, that's my Sancha right there. My side chick. See, a lot of dudes be looking for multiple glory holes. I ain't about that life no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little bit grown. That right there, that's my other girl. All right, that's my baby right there. All right, so I got that's the one I use for pleasure. All right, I'm gonna stop. Trying to move the microphone around. Sorry about the banging if you guys hear that. All right, so I got this. We're gonna go back. Okay, yeah, see, I like that picture. Can you guys all see that nice and clear? All right. Oh, you got a Belmont? Oh man. Now when I had my well actually, can you see? Let me see if I can do this. I'll go back over here. Yeah, so I got these 3 chairs. I don't confuse myself. Let me put both of these back on the screen because there we go. All right. Hey, what's up, SW1? Hey, that's what I'm doing. I just came out here to get my setup right. Yes, I did a couple haircuts earlier, and then, I went and I was listening to O'Shea's stream earlier, and then so I came back out, got cleaned up, but I'm setting up my setup for when I do streams out here in the garage, and from the barber shop. But hey, you see that? That's good stuff right there. She's trying to take care of me, make sure she don't want me to get sick. I appreciate the love. All right, what am I trying to do here? Boom, 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 boom. Okay, I got both. Oh, okay. What I was saying is the chairs. These are the chairs when I had my barber shop. I got 3 chairs. I got scammed out of my barber shop from the landlord and one of my barbers. Right, they snaked me out of my shop because I had put in the e-cig store, for the vapes and stuff like that. I had wifey was working in the store, and we were making bank like between like 8 and 10 grand a month just off of the e-cigarettes, on top of what I was doing barbering and all that. And yeah, Rob. Yeah, we do home visits and stuff like that, man. It gets a little pricey because gas and time and energy, But yeah, so I had my shop, and the landlord of the shop saw how much money I was bringing in, and thought that he could do that in his store, right? So he got with one of my barbers, and this is why I don't want to really do a barbershop thing again. He got with one of my barbers and told the barber, hey, look, I'm going to let you run the barber shop, and I'm going to kick Mike out, and I'm going to have some people come and sell the e-cig stuff in here for me in my store. Right. So one of my other barbers, he told me about it after they had already made the deal to get me out there. Right, because that was my barbershop. Like, I owned the licensing and everything. And so my barber that owned, or the barber that was taking over, he had asked the other barbers if they was going to work for him. right? And so one of the guys that got asked, he came and told me about it, but it was too late. The landlord and that other barber had already made their deal. So yeah, I snatched up all my shit and got out of there. I said, you know what? Y'all want a barber shop? You're gonna have to get your own shit. I didn't even give them the chance to buy my shit. All right, so I got mirrors. I got some mirrors back here. Yeah, I got a couple more mirrors back here against the wall. And I just hung up the one mirror that you see right there. I put up my chair in place. I got the other chair over there because wifey does hair too. So sometimes we'll have our clients come around the same times or whatever. Like if she's doing a woman's hair or whatever, like somebody that we know or whatever, we come in, they can come in, we cut hair together. You know what I'm saying? The family that plays together stays together, right? So yeah, we'll come out, our clients, they talk to each other. It's still just like a barber shop, you know, because people, she has guy clients and female clients. I don't do female hair. All right. That was something I decided when I started. I don't want to do female hair. I have done some females. We get some girls that want like the little back taper and stuff like that when they get bobs, or they want the little design, you know, how they get the stripes and stuff like that going down their neck or whatever. So we do stuff like that. But I don't do female hair, you know, because one female, you make a mistake on one female and she gets mad at you, hey, she could go all out and destroy your business, you know, and especially like me, I was running a family barbershop. Okay. It was a family oriented, you know, I wanted the moms, dads, and the kids to come in and, you know, we kept it controlled in there. I always had cartoons or like some kind of sports on the TV. You know, we had some books in the corner for the kids to read. And so it was family oriented, right? And we did the community thing where everybody could talk to each other. Okay. And so we had engineers talking to car detailers or car painters and stuff like that. What's up, Black Caesar? I appreciate you coming through, man. But yeah, so we would have like people just talking to each other. I had like out here where I live, I don't know if you guys know what Raytheon is, right? But Raytheon is a defense contractor. Okay, they make missiles and shit, and like from the Navy ships and the planes and bombs and stuff like that. Well, they're out here. Hold on, let me let this guy go interrupting my shit. He's trying to get famous. He's like, oh, I'm gonna be on TV. All right, but yes, another one. All right, but yeah, so with Raytheon being out here, you know, that's one of the big employers out here in Tucson. The neighborhood where I live, up and down this street, there's what 30 to 50,000 people in this community where I live. It's the suburbs out in Tucson, and majority of the people that are out here are either work for the military, border patrol, or Raytheon. Okay, and Raytheon, them guys are banking well over $100,000 a year. Okay, so we had people sitting in the chair. I had guys that were like that owned car shops, mechanic shops, stuff like that, tow truck companies and stuff like that, and they're sitting next to a guy that makes, you know, $160,000 a year as an engineer for the newest missile or whatever at Raytheon. All right, so you know, they got to know each other and stuff like that through my shop, and so my shop was like a community thing. So that's why I still have a lot of people that come through here. They come to the house now. You know, when I got out of the shop, they come to the house. My customers come here. All right. So I try to do it just by appointment now. You know, they call me up and then I just set it up. So when I get off work, like right now I'm working from home because of this mess, right? So now it's like I can get off work at 4:30 and I'll have appointments set up for like 5, 5:30, 6, 6:30. That's why sometimes I'll be in and out of the chats and stuff like that, because I'll come out here, put my phone on the cabinet, and we'll listen to the chats. You know, that a lot of people don't realize, like, I'm still running a barber shop, you know, the way it's supposed to be ran. I get, you know, kind of exactly networking, right? But the information that we got, you know, I'm sharing it with my clients and stuff like that. So they hear the conversations and whatnot. and they hear what's going on. So like I'm out here in Arizona, so I'm not in Baltimore where we have a big black community, or up in New York, down in the southern part of America. You know what I'm saying? Well, we ain't Chicago. There's not a big black community here. It's mixed. I got a little bit of everything, and all my clients are mixed. So when people hear the conversations and whatnot, you guys are representative of the black community in America. Let me see, Mike, do you take their temperature before they even enter your house? I'm gonna tell you guys this right now. If you watch my last 2 or 3 videos, you guys might get the vibe. I don't believe in all this this corona stuff that's gone. All right, a lot of people will tell me I sound crazy and all that, but I think outside the box a lot. All right, and I look at the truth. I have people that work in the emergency rooms, and they're telling me this is all bullshit. All right, my next door neighbor, the guy that used to live right here, John, he works in the emergency room. Okay, and he's telling me that they're just writing people up. If they come in for any reason, they're just automatically diagnosing the people. They're running up the numbers for a reason. All right. So if you guys watch my videos, you'll see where I'm going with that. I don't want to, I'm not going to argue with nobody about it. I have my beliefs. I don't argue with nobody about their beliefs. For all I know, this shit might be real. Who knows? I might breathe in somebody's breath and I might croak. But I'm taking my chances right now. I don't believe none of this, the sickness side of this. All right. They keep telling people that they're dying. But we've already seen, I even seen a video a girl did yesterday or the day before. She went in with a fever, right? They took her temperature, didn't test her for anything else, and they gave her paperwork and they diagnosed her with having COVID. Her temperature was 98.1 degrees. They didn't do no other tests, but they said she had COVID-19 just for going in with a fever. But her temperature wasn't even fever temperature. All right, so they're just bumping up the numbers. They're running up these numbers and stuff for a reason. And anytime the government gives you something for free, there's more in play than what's going on. All right, I'm just throwing that out there. I'm just throwing that out there. Exactly. Hey, if it's real, damn, you know what I'm saying? I'll take that up between me and whoever created me. All right, we'll have that talk. Like, bro, you could have told me this was real. Like, you could have shown me something. You know what I'm saying? Like, where the information is coming from. Oh shit, this is live, huh? I ain't even supposed to be talking about this stuff live. Oh well, it is what it is. But yeah, so that's where I'm at with the COVID thing, man. I don't believe it. And I believe there's a lot more at play. I have a couple of videos that were marked like COVID, real or false, something like that. The last 2 or 3 videos that I did have, damn, I don't like this camera. This camera is crap. All right, let's see. And I don't want to sit down because it's too far. All right, it is what it is. Let's do this then. Maybe it's just me. When you guys see my, oh shit, you guys see my picture? Like, to me, it looks fuzzy on my screen, but that might just be my laptop. Like, is it coming in clear in this? Where am I? In this, where I'm at? Is it clear or is it like a fuzzy picture? I'll just leave that right there. Hope you guys can still hear me. But yeah, so that's where I'm at with that. Yeah, between having people that work at the hospitals that come through, and watching how the government's moving with all this stuff right now, I have seen enough evidence that leads me to believe that this is not real. I need better lighting, huh? I do got a lamp right there. Oh, in fact, all right, I'm gonna tell you guys a little. It's an ongoing joke between me and my clients. All right, if you look up on top of this shelf right here. You see that box up there on the top right there? And you see what it's sitting on? That's a lamp I was supposed to put up years ago. All right. But I get so busy, like I said, because I'm go, 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 right? I'm nonstop most of the time. Today is Good Friday, right? So I didn't even know. I found out yesterday I had today off. So this is just like, okay, well, boom, I'm gonna take advantage of my time, what I'm saying, get to work. But I've had that lamp since I moved in this house 3-4 years ago, right? And it's sitting up there waiting for me to install it. Okay, I'm gonna put it right up here, up in that one of these spots right here. And what I'm saying, that'll be my lighting. So see, now I gotta check myself, because now, what I'm saying, I got y'all out there online, and every time I make a video, somebody's gonna be like, Mike, where's your lighting? Where's your lighting, Mike? But so you guys check me on that, all right? One of these days I'm gonna get to it. I might even do it today now. Okay. All right. So third degree. I'm glad you said that. So one of my first videos that I got on, and I was talking about this whole thing. The first thing that when Trump got serious about this thing, what he did was he got out on the stage or whatever, the little podium, and he said, "Hey, people, you know what? We got to start shutting this stuff down. This thing affects old people." That's what he came out right off the bat. He said, "Oh, this thing affects old people." He went from the day before they don't know what's going on to the next day it affects old people. Okay, so when I heard that right away, because I'm one of the Agenda 21 believers, right? I read the documents and stuff like that. So I'm like, wait a minute, Agenda 21 is talking about getting rid of people, and now here comes Trump. Our government's telling us old people are gonna die. I'm like, what? That don't make no damn sense. But then the more you think about it, it does make sense, right? So then what he did was he got a bunch of doctors up there, and the doctors started explaining all this information that they learned overnight. Okay. And then he got the black dude up there, the Surgeon General guy. Okay. Leave it to them to put a black guy up there to give the bad news. Because what did the black guy say? The black guy came out in front of everybody, got up to the podium, and this is and I show the videos to my clients and stuff like that, right? He gets up on the podium and he's like, "There's gonna be more death, America. There's gonna be more death. People gonna die." Okay. Nobody else said that. They waited for the black guy. They made the black guy be the guy that had to say the bad words, right? Okay. He had to give the bad news. All right. So as they went from doctor to doctor to doctor, then they get the black guy up there. And the black guy is like, "Hey, people gonna die." All right. So when they told me that it affects old people, and then they're telling us there's going to be more death, more people going to die, and I'm thinking, okay, if they're trying to tell us that old people are dying, why is it just old people? Where is the government involved when it comes to old people? Why am I hearing noises? Oh, why am I? What do the two have in common? Right? Social Security. Okay. Who's paying for all these people to get health care? Okay, that's where my thoughts are at with it. Okay, old people gotta go. Elderly people gotta go. That was the thought that I was having. Somebody in the government had that thought. Old people gotta go. We're paying for all these old people. All right. So I started thinking about it. My brain starts going to work. I'm like, oh, you know what? They're gonna get rid of elderly people. They're gonna get rid of homeless people. Think about it like this: when they mentioned this quarantine, right? What did they say? Everybody go home. But there's still a lot of people that work. I work for the education system, so I'm one of the essential people. I got an ID card and stuff, right? The cop stops me. I just got to flash my education paperwork, my ID, right? And he's gonna let me go because we're considered essential, right? One of the things that everybody said was, "Holy shit, the streets are empty. Streets are empty. They're taking pictures and everything, right?" What you know what you don't see in none of the pictures is the homeless people. Where's all the homeless people? Okay, I'm telling you guys right now, this is my thoughts. All right, this is my tinfoil hat theory. Okay, but they're getting rid of the elderly, they're getting rid of the homeless. The government don't want to pay for them no more. Where do you think they're getting this money that they're gonna give out to everybody else? Why do you think the government came out and told us don't go visit your family? How about what if you're telling me old people are dying? What if I want to go and get my grandma or whatever and bring her home, right? What if I want to bring her to be with us? Because people around her might be sick. She could be perfectly healthy at the elderly home or whatever, right? But if I don't want her to be in that danger, I want to bring her home. They told us we can't even go and get them. You guys seen the videos, right? People standing outside the elderly homes waving at their grandma in the window and shit. Right? But they told us don't go visit your family. I'm like, that don't make no damn sense. This is America. Don't visit your family? Don't what? That's just me. Like I said, that's my tinfoil hat. All right. I'll let you guys, believe what you will. I served in the military, and I've seen the lies. I've seen what our government's really doing around the world. Okay, I'm not anti-America, but I know that there's a lot more. Like when Trump came out and said fake news and shit when he was running for president, I fucking cheered. Because finally somebody at the higher level said it. Okay, somebody at the highest level came out and said, "Hey, all this news is fake. They're full of shit." I was like, "Oh snap, that's my dude." Okay, I didn't even know what his policies were yet. Just as soon as he said that, because I was in the military for this whole September 11th, back in 2001, all that. I was in the military before it happened, and then as it happened, and then I had to deal with the repercussions of September 11th. All right, and then I seen how we operate around the world. So I'm not anti-America. I just know more than the average Joe about what's really going on in the world. So that's what leads me to believe this COVID, this is all BS. All right, people are dying, but it's because they're old and they're sick. And they know that during flu season, during allergy season, that's when they get the most death in a hospital. People were going to die regardless. These numbers that they're doing right now, all they're doing is everybody who's dying, they're charging it to the game. COVID. Oh, he had a fever. COVID. Pneumonia. COVID. Right? Everything's COVID. Heart attack. COVID. He bled out. COVID. You know what I'm saying? Like car accident. Put him in the ambulance. Take him to the hospital. COVID. They stamping everything COVID. All right. So that's where I'm at with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right. That's where I'm at with that. Where they say folks got dirty masks on the ground, old latex gloves in the gutters, similar to crack files and needles in the gut. That's right, man. You know what I'm saying? But like, if you look at the videos, go online, right? And I want you guys to do this for yourselves, okay? There are people just like us, YouTubers, that are out there making videos. We don't go looking for it, so we don't see it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't go looking for the answer to an algebra problem, you'll never know the answer to the algebra problem, right? So same thing. If you go online, right, and look at people making recordings of, oh, look how empty the streets are, driving through my neighborhood, do stuff like that, like do searches like that in YouTube, okay? Tell me where the homeless people went. Everybody knows in your neighborhoods and your cities and stuff where the homeless people congregate. Okay, we know which parks they're usually at. Everybody knows which parks got needles on the ground. Don't go there with the kids, right? But yeah, like we know where these people normally are at. Where did they go? Are there enough hotels in America to home all the homeless? Are you telling me that the government ahead of time spent money, gave all the hotels some money, and said, hey, put all the homeless people in your hotels, right? We got to take care of them. When have they ever taken care of the homeless? Would they be homeless if they were being taken care of ahead of time? No. All right. What's up? 5G and radiation. You know what? I believe that theory more than I believe this bullshit COVID. All right. So, have I done a stream on this before? No. All right. You guys, Gab did a really good video on it. Okay. I'm gonna where he showed some other electrician dude or scientist dude did a video. So I'm just give you a quick breakdown of that if you haven't seen it. And abandoned homes. Okay. CSW1. I appreciate that you said that. Okay. Out here in Tucson, there's not a lot of abandoned homes because we get illegals that come through all the time, right? There's not enough homes. I know for Tucson. I'm not arguing with you. I'm just saying where, you know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have a lot of abandoned homes here. You know, so I'm sure in the bigger cities and bigger states or whatever, there's more, you know, places to put the homeless. But out here in Tucson, we got land, but we don't got homes. Because the illegals, you know what I'm saying? All the ones that make it across, they take up these houses. All right. So we don't have abandoned homes in Tucson. I know there's some poor neighborhoods and whatnot. There's there's places to put them, but see it for yourself, guys. Like right now it's daytime. You're allowed to go do whatever you want. All right. Get out in your cars and go drive. All right. Take a look around the places where you know these people are at. Okay, that's my advice. See for yourself what's really going on. Okay, just the little bits of information that they feed us. You know what I'm saying? When they get on the news, and then look at how they feed us the information. Oh, okay. All right. One of my other bits of proof about the COVID thing, right? Okay, so Trump comes up with this great idea. All right, hey guys, we're gonna give everybody $1,200. All right. And what happened after that? The Democrats said, "Oh no, we don't like his plan. We're gonna come up with a better plan." Okay, and so 2 different Democrats turned in separate ideas for how to give America its money. There's my camera. Okay, so you had Pelosi and her people turned in one plan. Okay, and everybody dismissed that shit right off the bat because this lunatic was trying to build up museums and all kinds of shit. Right, just because Trump said, "I'm going to release our emergency money," and this lunatic said, "Okay, let's put up a Kennedy Museum, and we're going to give money to Planned Parenthood." Like we're over here trying to save lives, and this bitch is talking about abortions. Oh, I said that out loud, didn't I? My bad. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, you see how I feel about that, right? Anyway, like I said, so Pelosi comes out with her idea. Okay. Her grandmaster plan was full of all kinds of extra crap that has nothing to do with saving Americans. Okay, she was trying to build all kinds of crap. So, you know, we America as a whole, we were like, nah, get that out of here. The other lady or the other Democrat that turned in a plan, okay, part of their plan was the same thing that Pelosi had. Both of them were talking about digital currency. All right. So, and when I say digital currency, think of the American dollar turned into Bitcoin. Black Caesar, no, I haven't seen it yet. I'm going to look it up. David Ick, I'm going to look it up. All right. So, digital currency, they want to take the American dollar and make it like Bitcoin. Okay. But they want it to be controlled by the Federal Reserve. Okay. Now, if you guys remember during Obama's presidency, they had the Arab Spring, okay? All those countries that fell apart over there when they got Gaddafi and all those people, they got torn apart, right? And what happened? Every one of those countries got a Federal Reserve put in, controlled by the same people that run our Federal Reserve. That's why your money says Federal Reserve note, not American dollar, okay? So all those countries got a Federal Reserve put in, all right? And this is stuff you can see with your own eyes, all right? So the people who run the money, who control the money of the world, that's who's really running this show, okay? that has led me to believe that Bitcoin was a test. Bitcoin is a test to see if they could get people to get in the mindset of digital currency. Okay, because what is the story behind Bitcoin? If anybody knows it, please type it in the chat. But the story, as I understand it, is some Asian dude took millions of dollars for no reason, turned it into data, and then shot it off into the internet. Okay, because he felt like it, right? Millionaire with nothing to do, got more than enough money than he needs, took his money, turned it into data, and put it off in the internet, and then said, all right, whoever finds it, treasure hunt. If you find it, it's yours. That's a story behind Bitcoin. Okay? StreamYard link right here. I got you, Kenny. Boom. Right click. Paste the link. Boom. Enter. All right. There you go. So anyway, that's that's my thing about Bitcoin. And this I came up with myself. I haven't heard anybody else say the Bitcoin side of things. Okay, this is just the mentality that I came up with. Wait a minute, if the Democrats are pushing digital currency, because Pelosi's plan and the other Democrat both had digital currency in their plan. They said that they want to give us the money through digital currency. Okay, and right away Trump was like, no, because he got money. He don't want his money. He don't want to give control of his money over to the Federal Reserve. He has actual money. He's got the millions and billions already. Through. But yeah, so my thoughts. There you go, Kenny.
What up? Can you hear me?
What's up, Kenny? Yes, sir. I can hear you loud and clear.
What's good, man? I'm just going to come up here right quick. Can you hear me good?
Oh yeah, you're perfect.
I just stopped at the office right quick. So I wanted to stop at the office right quick, and then I came out here and got me something right quick, a little dessert, before I get back to the house.
Oh, okay. Hey, do me a favor, bro. I can put you on the big screen, right? Drive through a neighborhood where you know that there's usually some homeless folks. Take a look. Like, let's do this shit live, bro. Like, if you got the time. You know what I'm saying? Just drive.
No doubt.
You don't have to stop.
Yeah, normally like that when I'm doing this kind of stuff like this, especially, I want to be concentrated. So, you know what I mean? I'd rather be focused on what I'm doing. Gotcha. Because when I'm out, especially with people on the road, man, they're driving crazy over here, man. So I'll always like to see what I'm doing. You know what I mean?
I hear you.
So how's everything going, man? You are at home chilling, huh?
Yeah, man. I had a day off. I found out yesterday. Today was Good Friday. I ain't been paying attention, but I just wake up and go to work. I start working because I'm working from home now. So
yeah. I stopped off and got some software that I needed from my company, and I was like, go ahead and get it now while nobody's there to bug me.
Right.
Otherwise I get bugged. So I'd rather just get it when no one's at the office.
That's
so
right.
I picked the perfect time to go. You know what I mean?
Yep. Slide in, slide out. I hear you.
Exactly. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, man, I wanted to come up here and see if the stream worked. I see it works, man. And Mike, man, I hope that your channel continues to grow, brother. You're a good brother out here, man. I see you everywhere. You're always a very positive guy. You always have a positive message to give, and I appreciate the content that you give, man.
Hey, I appreciate you, Kenny, man. I'm just like I said. I got kids, so I gotta look out for my kids. You know what I'm saying? So I can't.
Yeah, I hear you.
The way I look at it, man, it's like I can't live one way, but then tell my kids live the way that everybody else says to live. Because I've seen too much.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I've experienced too much. So I just give them the knowledge as I know it, and I let them make the decisions for themselves. So I point them to what I've seen. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't push any specific religion on them. You know what I'm saying? I don't tell them anything specific just because that's the way I feel about it. You know what I'm saying? Math is math.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So we teach them math. All that core, when they did that core math stuff, I was like, nah, look, 2 plus 2 is 4. 12 plus 12 is 24. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like I showed them how to add math the way you're supposed to add it. Okay. Not all this core stuff where it takes 30 things to add up 11 plus 13. 30 steps. No, it's like just follow the numbers down. All right. None of that extra stuff.
Like, you and I both know that math is one of those things that is very neglected in our communities. And I'm gonna tell you, mathematics, you can't do anything without it. Right. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what career field you're in, you're gonna need mathematics in some way or form. So that's one of the courses that we are definitely neglecting in our community. We need to have more of people teaching mathematics or learning mathematics, for the simple fact that the world works on mathematics. You know that when it comes to money and everything. So
for sure. And that's that's why I say, like, with the education system, like I watch what the government's doing, man. It's like they forced this core math on all the kids at second grade, right? Second grade, third grade. Mm-hmm. That's when you actually start learning multiplication.
Oh, I lost. Looks like I dropped the phone. Are you still?
Yeah, I hear you.
Are still there?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Something happened. Hold on. I don't know what. Let me see. I'm gonna have to come back in, Mike. Hold on.
Oh, all right. You good? Yeah, just come up whenever you can. I'll put the link in the chat again.
Yeah. Hold on. Something happened.
I can hear you. Okay, I see you.
I saw you moving. You can hear me, but can you see me? Okay, now I see.
Yeah, I can see you. You're moving clear.
Yeah, but yeah, man. Like I said, I'm gonna support your content. I'm gonna be here to be around. It's a lot going on YouTube, but we both know that. We just don't want to be a part of any of that stuff. You know what I mean? I'm all about positive content and positive people and what they're pushing. I'm looking for a positive message. I came to YouTube for entertainment. I don't need YouTube. For me, it's just entertainment. You know what I mean? I have enough going on in my life that keeps me plenty busy. So as far as everything else, man, I'm just here for the entertainment, man. That's pretty much it for me. Positive networking, talking to people, socializing. That's pretty much all I care about. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Like that's my thing is I got kids and I ride a motorcycle. All right. And I've already been in one big accident. So it got to me that, okay, when my boys hit 20, they're going to be hit with different challenges than when they were, 12, 13 years old. So I wanted to put my message out where they could always go and find it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And if I'm going to be putting the message out there like this anyway, right, to where it's in the world, it's out in the world now. It's on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do I got the Patreon and stuff going, but I haven't been adding the videos and stuff, but they'll always be able to go and get it. You know what I'm saying? In case, like, if something happens to me when I'm out here acting a fool on the bike, I want them to still at least get the message, you know what I'm saying? Or if they just need to hear dad's voice or something like that, they can always go back and they'll have that available. So I was like, you know what? If my kids turned out okay with how I raised them, let me go ahead and share this with the world, put it on YouTube. Whoever it helps, it helps. If it don't help nobody, be it. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm not the smartest dude, but I managed to bring up, a total of 5. My youngest is 12, right? So I was able to raise them, and none of them died. They all made it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I did something right. So apparently, there's something up here might help the next guy.
Exactly.
We all got stories, man. There's people that have been all of that stuff, man. Like sharing the knowledge. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just putting it out. That's why I don't do it every single day. It's just when something clicks in here that I turn on the mic and go.
Right. Well, yeah, man. Like I said, I appreciate you having me up, man. I'll be listening to your chat, whatever you're doing. I was hoping that Third Degree Burns comes up. I saw he was talking about coming up, right? Wasn't he talking about coming up?
He was driving at the time, he said he was driving and he didn't want to do the phone from where he was at.
Okay.
Or whatever. So I'm gonna try. We can get with Third Degree Burns and try and do some collabs on some barber stuff.
Oh yeah, that's right. You both are barbers. That's right about that. You know, I can cut my own hair myself, but I'm not a barber or something like that. I just know how to cut my own hair.
Right.
You know, I know how to cut hair.
Hey,
but you know, as far as going to light, I haven't gone to barber school or anything like that. I just know how to cut hair.
Yeah, hey, that's how we all start though, man. You know what I'm saying? We all start cutting our own stuff, and then, you know, hey, for me anyway, my mom was like, she got tired of taking me for a flat top that I go home and I'd fix it up. I'd fix the fade or the taper and stuff like that. You know, so she brought me clippers and said, "Here you go, cut your own hair. I don't gotta pay for it." And she said, "While you're at it, cut your brothers." You know, so I got 2 younger brothers, so that's how I started, and then from there went into friends. You know, so
yeah. Well, yeah, Mike. Like I said, appreciate you, brother, and just continue to do your content, man. Focus on some positive things. I know you have a lot of good messages to give to the people. I'm pretty sure people are sub to your channel as they get to know who you are. You know what you talk about, and of course we'll like and share the channel. You know, with people. So that's always a good thing too, when people actually push your channel.
Right. I appreciate you. Hold up.
Yeah, brother, I'm gonna go ahead and concentrate on this road, but I'll be listening to you, man.
Okay, I appreciate you. Hey, and I'm just gonna start some mess real quick. Just you know what I'm saying? Because this is nothing but love. This is all love. It's family, right? So SW1,
no doubt.
Kenny don't have no hair.
Well, that's true too. That's true too. Right now I don't, but I did. It's the summertime about to come. I need that hair. You know, I don't need to have too much hair when the summertime about to come.
Yeah,
I want to, you know,
rock the baldy, man. That's all.
Low maintenance. Right.
That's right.
That's how I roll.
Hey, you know what? All these people buying all this shampoo and extra stuff like that, man. I don't need all that, man. I can put some body wash up on the baldy. I'm good.
You know, hey, I've been told I look good with a bald head, so I can rock a bald head, no problem.
Hey, I gave them no choice whether they like it or not. This is what you get.
Exactly. Well, all right, Mike. Well, like I said, I'll be listening in to you, brother. You go ahead and do your thing, all right?
I appreciate you, bro. Thanks for coming up, man. We'll do it again. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, no doubt. All right, bro.
Have some good times. We can do the YouTube barbecues.
No doubt. All right, man.
All right, Kenny. Appreciate you, bro. But yeah, all right. So that's Kenny, that's a good dude, man. You know what I'm saying? I kind of followed his lead. You know what I'm saying? Go around and get to know everybody. And you know, I became a moderator in a lot of people's channels. Oh, what's up, Art? Hold up.
What's going on, fam?
Hey, how you doing, man?
Yeah, man, just came up to show you some support. My whole thing is knowledge and not being fooled, and you pretty much got enough ingredients for that. So
yeah,
I was like, man, let me go over and show this. Man, I didn't know you was that damn deep.
Hey, I'm 42, man. Like I said, I've been around the world multiple times, bro, and I've experienced like damn near everything that you hear. All these stories that we hear, like I've experienced most of this stuff, man. You know, so it's like I've been divorced. I grew up in foster care. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I ride motorcycles. I've been in death-defying accidents and you know what I'm saying? I've been through so much stuff that like I understand how to handle things. And I made some bad blood, I think, when I first came on YouTube because can you hear me?
Are you there?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Either they got you or they got me.
Uh-oh. I might see that's why I try not to talk about that COVID too much.
Uh-oh.
Can you hear me?
I don't know. Let me see. Let me check.
Can y'all hear Art?
I think it's my phone.
All right. They said they could hear you in the chat.
My phone is tripping.
Whoa. Hey.
Can you hear me, fam?
Hey, we can do the remix.
Uh-oh.
Art,
I think I'm gonna
Art, you
hop
want me
out
to
and hop
drop you?
back
You come
in.
back up.
Darn it.
All
Every
right.
time I get deep, there's always technical difficulties.
Hey, they trying to stop the. There he goes. He's gonna come back in. You know, let me go ahead and paste the link one more time. There we go. All right. Yeah, I might have to, if I start banking some real money out here, I'm gonna have to go ahead and fly Art out here, and have him put a mural up in the garage or something. How would you guys like to see something like that? We have Art do a live stream while he's painting a full-size mural. I don't know if you guys ever watch his streams. Go to Art's channel, Art New Style TV. That brother is talented. I've seen him draw from what is that? Like a blank canvas. You know what I'm saying? Like a white piece of paper, and he paints like murals of famous people. You know what I'm saying? It's like I remember one day I was watching him. I think this was like 2 weeks ago, and what I thought was gonna be a dog or a horse or something like that, like some type of animal, like a lion face or something like that. It started off where I was like, okay, he got the dog. He gonna make a dog, right? And then he kept going, and then me and wifey are watching him do this. Babe, look, he's drawing a lion. Look at this from scratch. He just turned this thing into a lion. Man, this dude turned it out into a whole man. I was like, what? It's like he was on Art is on that Bob Ross status. You know what I'm saying? Like that man's talented. All right, he's back. Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I got you.
Okay. Yeah, they tried to get me, but I had to come back.
Hell yeah. Hey, they can't stop us, man. They've tried, they've done everything they could, bro.
Yeah,
and now all of a sudden, black people are highly affected by the COVID. So yeah, hey,
oh
y'all
yeah,
don't go to
man. like the Tuskegee experiment.
Right? Yeah, don't go to the doctor. If you sick, get you some apple cider vinegar and a blanket, wrap up, and let your body burn it up. Don't go to the hospitals because people ain't coming out.
The funny part, man, on the funny note, when black people wear these dark masks, people get nervous in these stores, man.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, we can't win.
I'm like, you want me to wear a mask?
Right?
They couldn't stop staring at me. I'm like, I started to say boo, but I was dying.
Yeah, they out there, man. Hey, don't don't go to the hospitals, man. Don't go to the doctors right now. They told you on the news, don't go to the hospital. That's for a reason. Okay?
Yeah.
If they tell the white people don't go to the hospital, listen to that. Don't go to the hospital. People
just gotta stop. They gotta stop eating out.
Oh yeah, we gotta get healthy. Meat, fruit, and vegetables. You know what I'm saying? If your body don't process meat or you don't exercise that much, don't eat so much meat. All right, but yeah, we got to get natural foods back in us. All right, that's my secret. That's what I've been doing. I eat snacks because I work in computers, so I'm always at my desk, and so I'm slowly transferring it over to like I'll have wifey, since I'm at home right now, when we're working. She'll cut up some fruit and stuff like that, and she'll just mix different fruits, bananas, pineapples, apples, stuff like that, and I'll just get chopped, just little bits to munch on, so I'm trying to trade up what I've been snacking on, because I like that Chex Mix and all that. What is it? Chex Mix is something I like to have at work. Usually I'll do like Life cereal, and I'll eat it like dry, like popcorn, the Cinnamon Life, So I was doing that, and but all that extra wheat and bread stuff going in is no good. So I'm trying to transfer away from that into just more fruits and vegetables. But I just get too lazy to go and make it. Oh, what happened? He fell off?
Yeah, I got put backstage for some reason.
Oh, let me move this.
Can you hear me?
I hope I didn't do that. Yeah, I got you. My bad.
Yeah, I got my water. I had to keep my water supply up because I've been slurping water like gas in the car.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
That's what
and
you
I got
gotta
a
do.
whole bunch of lemons, so my liver should be good by now.
Yep. We gotta clean up the bodies, man. Hey, I was telling the people, when you were the first time when you went off, I'm gonna have to work something out, man. We might have to fly you out here one day. I gotta see if I can stack some money, fly you out, and have you put a mural up on the wall or something like that, man. Because I seen your drawings, bro, and like me and wifey will sit and watch you draw and listen to the conversations and stuff. Sometimes I forget about the conversation because I'm just like I'm so drawn in on the drawings and on that Bob Ross tip, you know. So
I
your talent,
appreciate
man.
it. Yeah,
Hey, no,
appreciate
I appreciate
it.
it, bro.
I try to keep it calm. Yeah, because you have some people that come up there and bring panel beats from other panels, and it gets crazy.
Yeah,
So I'm like, man, I found a way to just people want to come with some, with a olive branch, and I just send them the link by email. But if they want to come up and start poking at people, I don't have time for that. I mean, I love everybody
right.
and everything, but I'm on stage right now.
That's right. That's right.
you know,
Yep.
because I
But yeah, I
enjoy
was, I was,
everybody's conversation.
I wanted to ask you a question because I was telling them earlier. I was watching you draw. I want to say it was like maybe 2 weeks ago. I think you started with a black piece of paper. Yeah, because you were putting the white on a black piece of paper, and as I was watching, I was trying to guess what you were drawing, right? And so as
Mhm.
you were going, I was like, "Oh, it looks like it's gonna be like a pit bull or something, right?" So you started with a pit bull,
Mhm.
and then like an hour later, I'm looking at him like, "Oh, he's drawing a lion." Like, so it looked like it was multiple different things it was gonna be, and it ended up being a full man's face and everything. I was like, "What?" So like
I'm
do
trying to
you?
remember.
It was a black. You started with a black piece of paper. I want to say it was about 2 weeks ago. I
Uh-huh.
don't remember. I don't remember who it was because I've been watching damn near daily. What I'm saying, just watching the drawings and stuff come to life. Um, but yeah, man, like I was amazed, bro. Me and wifey were both up there, like, oh look, babe, look, that's gonna be a lion. Like it went from at first I thought it was gonna be some type of dog, because it looked like the grill and everything, the way that you did the lines
Mhm.
and everything. I'm sitting here trying to guess like trivia, you know what I'm saying?
Uh,
and then you did that, right? And then you left all of this part. So I'm thinking, okay, he's got a muzzle, and then you went to the outside and started doing the hair. Like you started working on the hair a little bit, right? So I'm thinking, okay, that's like a lion now. It's looking like a mane or something, you know. And then when you went in
mhm.
and did the like I got the human face element out of it. I think you started on the eyes or something like that. It might have been the eyes or the bridge of the nose. It might have been the bridge of the nose, but it was something like that. And I was like, oh snap. You know what I'm saying? Like I was just completely surprised at how my brain was looking at it, and I could form out of what you were making. I had multiple things going through, and you turned it into like a full human face. I was like, dang. You know what I'm saying? You had shading in there that normally, like the way I would draw, the shading would come last. But you had the
Mhm.
shading already done.
I'm trying to remember because I just remember doing white on black with Bruce Lee. I'm trying to remember, man. And it was a man. You said I drew a man out of it.
Yeah, it was it the man or was it might have even been a female. I'm just remembering like when I was watching, it was just the way that it surprised me. But like I said, I've been watching almost every day, so all the faces and stuff, like I can't remember exactly whose face it was. Um
God, I wish I could remember so I can comment on it.
Nah, but yeah, man, it was just the way that it came out, bro. Like I was amazed, shocked. You know, wifey was watching it because she's a Bob Ross fan.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and, you know, we all grew up kind of, you know, seeing Bob Ross on and off and stuff, especially as teenagers. You're just like, wow, man, hey, look at this guy draw. You know, you stop and you just watch for like a half hour, an hour or something, you know. But yeah, not like to see you doing that now live. You know what I'm saying? That's cool to see it because you know you can have a conversation while you're doing it and all that. And you know what I'm saying? It just gives you that Bob Ross, you know, that atmosphere that was just relaxing, you know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you for doing what you're doing.
Oh, not a problem, man. I got that idea from my professor. He passed away. His name is Cornelius Cole. I mean, if y'all look him up, he did a lot of stuff for Disney. But I mean, he did, just check it out. He did Snow White and Cinderella, Fox and the Hound. But the dude cussed like a sailor. You know, he doing all that cute children type stuff, but he like, this motherfucker don't know nothing. Oh, you know your shit, man. Blah blah blah. I mean, he talks like that, but he doing all these cute cartoons. I was like, God, you never know who's creating this stuff for children.
All right.
But yeah, but we, you know, when we were in the class, that's all he did was talk crap and talk about politics. And you know, he hated Reagan, you know, at the time when I was going to school there. He hated all that stuff. He hated Bush. I mean, the dude just, you know, everybody just got to talking crap or whatever. So I kind of brought that in there. So that's what I try to do, man, is just have people, because I think people just get tired of just looking at an avatar and nothing's happening.
Right.
You know, so I'd rather just do that. And by the way, the fact that I'm doing faces is like me being lazy.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
being
Better be
lazy.
doing something. At least your brain is working and in movement, in motion, you know?
Yeah, because faces are my element. That's my specialties. I can do them with my eyes closed, but I need to start practicing doing more like, you know, transportation, like cars and planes, and doing landscape and skyscapes and all that. So eventually, since we're stuck at the house, I'll probably use that as practice time. And
Right. No, hey man, you're talented, bro.
well, I
You got
appreciate
that
it,
talent
man.
rocking.
I appreciate it because this, you know, I thought I'd be able to. I mean, I'm trying to bring more artists around, man. You know, because we got Artifort and we have artists in MC, and you know, I think Soul Shader's doing some things. I don't really see him much do a lot of things, but we need to bring some more artists in so we can all share panels and draw and just talk the talk.
Right.
So if anybody got some pencil skills, and even if they want to just hang out and do stick figures, it's it's all good with me, man. You know, nobody will say nothing. I never heard it, too many people just trash people on panels because they draw bad. Could you imagine that?
Hey, you got to start
Man,
that up, man. Not trashing people, but you know what I'm saying? Have like a like everybody drawing something. You know what I'm saying? Like in the
I think it just bring up more beefs. Oh, you saying this about my work? Okay. Well,
back.
you know,
Yeah, I hear you.
people start getting in their feelings, you know.
Yeah.
So I just rather forward to where I was hoping that somebody would have questions and say, how do you do that? And then later on, you know, somebody would do some demos. And because Art a bit more, he's really into digital art.
Okay.
And I don't think he displays that enough, you know. So I think he needs to do that more and start giving tips, because some people got children that wants to get into this stuff, you know. So it'll be nice to have somebody that's on panels that you can talk to. I mean, and they're in another state. I mean, you can't beat it.
Oh yeah. And see, I don't know if you guys realize this because, like, okay, you have an artistic mind, right? Like, you can see something and draw it and pick. I don't have that, right? So
I can make anybody a star.
so like I don't have that drawing capability like that. So or my mind doesn't work that way. So like I get like zoned in by watching you create. You know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of like a way like if you know a new building is going up downtown or something like that, right? And you see it from when it's just level ground, you know, and then within 2 months, all of a sudden they got this building that's 8 stories up, and you're like, wow, you know what I'm saying? So you'll see it kind of like watch and see what they're doing, or you look in the building to see how far they've gone already, you know, and so like I get zoned in by watching you guys create. You know, and we should do that,
Yeah.
man. Get those
Yeah.
people to show their talents more.
Yeah, I'm trying to get some of my students. I mean, I've been teaching for damn. Okay, well, this year is pretty much over. Wink, wink. But 20 it'll be 25 years I've been teaching.
Wow.
So I got a lot of students that have, some of the stuff that I've shown you guys. They know the same stuff, but some of them are kind of shy, or I don't know. It's hard. The only person I can get on my panel that's one of my students is Egypt Muhammad. You can look her up on Instagram. And then there's another guy named what's his name? Marcus Newson. He does a lot of comic book art. So he was one of the guys that learned the hard way, right? And one of the things that a lot of the millennials and probably some of the zennials too having problems with, you get that advice and you find, and they say, no, I don't need your advice. Then later on, when they get so far, they find out they need the advice, they had to come back to the Godfather. So,
all right.
So he tried all kinds of different things to try to prove me wrong. And everybody kept telling the same thing. And I kept telling them, and I guess maybe because they were white, it sound better. But he had to come back home to the hood,
right,
and learn the stuff that he was supposed to learn before he tried to get in the industry. And so right now his comic books is doing pretty good. He has like a hood element, like a street element to his heroes. So it's like a cross. He has a cross between Boondocks and I don't know about these. I don't even follow comic books, to be honest, dude.
Did they have there was a series on Netflix with the brother that was going around just beasting on people.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's like super strong. I never got into it because I don't watch TV like that much, but I just remember seeing a couple of not even like I never watched the whole episode or nothing like that. I just I'd see it in passing type deal. Like the kids, one of my boys would be watching something or whatever. I'd be like, "Who's that?" And I forget the dude's name. But yeah, it was a black guy that was.
It's called Brother Man.
No, I don't think it was Brother Man because it wasn't a cartoon. It was a TV show. Like actors and whatnot. Damn, I can't remember the dude's name. I don't remember if the story was that he got out of jail and then was going around.
Luke Cage?
Huh?
Luke Cage?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That was a pretty good. That was a pretty good show. Because usually these kind of shows, when we have in the black element, they have to throw some alphabet committee up in there to try to get the approval, or the white savior. So it was I could appreciate Luke Cage. I really can. I don't know why. I don't know, because every time, even though it's lacking a lot of flaws, I'm always looking sideways, like I know something's coming. They might have him wear a dress or something.
Right. Yeah. Hit him.
Fingernail polish.
Hit him with the Eddie Murphy. Not Eddie Murphy. What's his name?
Dave Chappelle.
Blade.
Yeah, hitting them with, throwing fingernail polish remover in their eyes to show that he's tough. you know, Beating people's ass with a purse.
Yep.
Like,
Hey, I was talking about this last night with one of the young guys that comes in for a haircut, and we were literally talking about how they made us look weak as the whole on purpose,
yeah.
and they took all of our biggest stars and whatnot and turned them into women.
Yeah.
It didn't matter. I mean, they had, what was the first one was like what, Tuong Fu, right?
Yeah, that was a heartbreak.
Yeah,
that was Ben Raines and Wesley Snipes. I'm like, get out of here.
Yep. They did that, and then it was everybody after that. And then, but I tell the guys, I said, look at who didn't do it. Eddie Griffin didn't do it. Dave Chappelle didn't do it, right? And what happened to them? They got ostracized. They were, you gotta go, you out.
Yeah, man.
That's how they did them.
Yeah, because I look at the history with Flip Wilson, and then later on you had I think a couple of guys on Sanford and Son wearing dresses.
Right? Can you imagine Shaft in a dress, bro?
Oh man, he played gay. He played gay in The Rock. He played a gay man with breast cancer.
Snap!
I was pissed.
I didn't remember that.
I like Chocolate Brothers took an L.
Right? Wow.
He took an L. I was like, oh,
everybody, man. That's how they do us. So, So I was telling the guy last night, right? But then I said, now you look at Reagan, okay? And this is how I swapped with him. Like, I got him into thinking about government stuff, right? I said, this is why I'm not a Democrat or a Republican. I said they had Reagan was an actor.
Yeah. Okay. You know what, man? All the presidents had some kind of theater backgrounds. Bush, Obama. Mm-hmm. The only way I can think of Trump is him doing the reality television. So he has a form of entertainment.
Trump grew up on TV.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was, like back in the 80s, before Oprah, he was doing other shows, and he's been in every music video, every, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Everybody talking about money. Trump was always there throughout the whole 80s. So it's
hanging out with the actors. He took pictures with Tupac. Yeah. people not really seeing stuff here.
Right. Bobby Brown had him out in the Ghostbusters video.
And Tupac and what's his name? Kanye West are Geminis along with Donald Trump. They're all Geminis. I'm like, nobody really, I know my tinfoil sounds pretty wild and everything, but I'm like, I don't have any kind of direction in this, but I can't ignore some of these parallels.
Right. That's what I'm saying. When you see it, when you see those things, is that you can't ignore it, right? Like, that's why I said I can't believe what's going on right now, just because I've seen too many things that point me in a different direction.
Because I can't make any predictions. Only prediction that I can make is the cleaning business. I think the cleaning business is going to be winning. Whoever's in cleaning, like what do you call it? Maid service, janitorial.
Oh yeah.
Carpet cleaning.
Oh yeah.
And the reason why I'm saying this, because it's not just a person cleaning, it's a person going to the U.S. government to be certified to be a cleaner, to guarantee that you can clean viruses and bacteria.
Yep.
So just like you remember the security companies, when they get that TSA training, they damn near automatically get contracts.
Oh yeah.
Same thing is going to be with the cleaning companies. And I think the people that's going to really take a hit are those undocumented workers, because they're not trying to go to no U.S. government to get certified.
Nope.
So then that's going to bring more jobs for the Americans. And guess who's going to take the credit? Whoa, wonderful, huge. So it's going to be Trump. He's going to take the credit for this stuff.
That's what I'm saying. Like, when you see the plays that are coming out of it, the What I don't want to see is these driverless trucks on the road, because that's going to put a lot of people. That's going to hurt a lot of people that depend on that good money that they're making. I don't want to see truckers get hurt through automation.
I think those things are going to have its own lane. They're going to have a lane like the metro lines and all that.
Yeah, like a zip line where they just go through.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to be with the rest of the population. I think that's going to be way down the line. But yeah, they're going to start building lines, roads and stuff to where the signals are going to be above, and it's going to be only those automated trucks. But I don't think it's going to throw them in the rest of the population, even though they're testing. I know Google's testing and all that, but I can't see it. I'm not speaking in absolutes, because I know a lot of us on these panels be trying to speak in absolutes, but I just can't see them doing that like right away. So it'll probably take about between 5 and 10 years. But to be honest, since nobody's on the road, this is the time to really work on the construction to get that off the ground.
All right. And see, that's one of those things that kind of makes me think, right? So if this 5G thing is a problem, right, what better time to put up 5G than when ain't nobody outside?
Yeah, a lot of people get upset when you talk about 5G. I'm like, why get upset? Right? There ain't no 5G. What's wrong? Man, you just make things up, man. Ain't nothing. I'm like, why would you be upset about it? Can't you talk about it? I never heard so many people upset over something that could or could not be true.
Right.
Yeah, I got a book. Let me see. It's called The Invisible Rainbow. And it gives let me give y'all the author's name so y'all can look it up yourselves. Because I like that. I like facts. So let me see. It's called The Invisible Rainbow by Arthur Furstenberg. It's a blue book. It goes all the way back to how radiation was affecting people when they were doing the telephone lines.
Yep.
And how people kind of knew about it. Let me see, you're old enough. Your grandparents. Some of our grandparents had a lot of change in their pocket. And we always wonder, damn, they got a lot of change. He ain't buying no candy with it. But most of that change in his pocket was pennies.
Right. Absorb.
And the pennies were the ones that throw off the radiation. They knew that shit a long time ago.
Right. Does that does that book, like I don't know if you caught Gab's stream a couple days ago where they had a scientist that was talking about from 2018 with the Spanish flu. If you look at every big pandemic, some type of new electrical magnetism was added to our atmosphere.
Yeah, that was probably from that stream, because I think he mentioned that book as a reference.
Yeah.
And I think Gab got that from George Macon. I had to give George Macon the credit on that one.
Yeah. I seen those videos. What's up, Mark? How you doing, bud? Sorry, just gotta say what's up to my dude.
Yeah, man. I have to, my whole thing is, again, because people be getting nervous about it. I'm like this, get some information to weigh both sides.
Right.
Okay. For people to really champion 5G not having an issue or having anything to do with this, that means you want 5G. For you to fight it, that means you want it for some in some kind of fashion. And the fact that somebody's talking about it is killing your fantasy.
Right. And see, one of the things that like the newer generations, because the world changed for us, right? From I want to say it was 98. I think in 98 was it was like a big flip. Okay, the way the world was in 1999, completely different from it was in 1996.
Mm-hmm.
Right, the internet, the cell phones. We went from pagers and AOL wasn't even out yet to where AOL was aging out in 99.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
The world did a whole flip, right? But like I tell people, go watch the movie Erin Brockovich. That's a
Yeah,
true
that was
story.
deep.
They proved and they showed it to us. These idiots, because the ego, right? Their ego goes. They have to tell us what's going on. They can't hold it
Yeah.
in.
It can't
Right?
be direct.
Yeah, they
It-
just come out and they literally showed us the electrical lines above these people's houses caused all these people to get sick. So what did they do? They put all the electrical lines underground,
yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yep. And they're
right?
doing it right now.
Right. We remember the electrical lines everywhere overhead. You watch any of those old movies, any of the hood movies, all of them got the telephone poles and everything with the lines, and you see the kids throwing the shoes up in the air, right?
Right. Let
Okay,
them know the spot.
we have that visual, but if you drive to those same neighborhoods now, the lines are underground.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, so if they did that, why? What's the reason for that, right? So apparently there's some kind of issue that those were causing.
Yeah.
And so,
Somebody asked me, somebody said, I got 4G on my phone, you know, or he said sometimes he has 3G. So how does that affect me? So I told him it's a difference between drinking through a straw and a cup.
right, the headaches, stomach aches, you know what I'm saying? If you
Because
keep your phone in your pocket or whatever, there might be something happening that you don't know about. Your sperm count for men could be lower. Remember Ray J had that thing on his show. If you ever watch his show, I think it was Love and Hip Hop Hollywood or something, one of the seasons.
Mm-hmm.
He had a whole season where he was talking about he had a low sperm count.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? For a young man, how do you have a low sperm count? Right?
Mm-hmm.
But now we're seeing that it's coming more and more common. So could
So
it be
this
because
what
we have phones in our pockets?
this what people could do. Well, one of them, for those people that are kind of skeptic, get you a radiation detector. You probably get paid like 40, $50 for one, and then find out the levels that, that's harmless, and then find out the stuff that's way high. Take all your devices out of the house just to see how it looks, and then put them back in to see how, don't take I'm trying to say, don't take all of our word for it, people that's just listening
Right.
out there. Just check for yourself, and then you'll see. Okay. And it's pretty, so they got battery operated ones. I heard that they have an app that you can do that with, but I don't understand that one. But
I know there's the Wi-Fi apps can pick up stuff. Hold on, I'm gonna throw Mark in here. Let me get rid of my I think I'll remove this one from the stream. There we go. How you doing, Mark?
Aloha, brother. How are you doing? Are you well?
Yes, sir. How you been?
Good man. Good man. Yeah. The just happened to be finishing up for the night. It's 10:30 here. We're sort of 5 hours ahead of you. But just happened to catch you. We're live. Let me just move this camera with it. And just thought I would sort of quickly join in. And I just heard your other contributor just talking around the whole sort of 5G thing.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some very interesting things have happened on this side of the pond this week.
Yeah, you're in Belfast, right?
Yeah. So just between Belfast and Dublin, just on the east coast of Ireland. Yes.
Okay. So what's going on out there?
So during the week, there's a small media outlet called London Real, run by a guy called Brian Rose, who's an American guy. And it's an independent YouTube channel, and he was sort of follow a similar business model to Alex Jones.
Okay.
Do a bit of performance coaching, he sells a bit of stuff, but it's long form content. And we had I just try and get this video angle just right here. There's a black. I'm not too sure if you can see me. There's a big black strip in the middle of the. It's just your logo there. Do I maybe need to adjust the camera here?
No, I got there's 3 people on the panel right now.
Okay, good. Okay, so so what happened was Brian Jones at London Rail interviewed a British author called David Icke. Now, David Icke.
David Icke. All right.
David Icke is well known on this part of the world. Is that better?
Yep.
Yeah, good. So, David Icke is a controversial figure, let's say, right? And he has some views about the world that we face. And to be honest with you, the interview that he did with London Rail was fairly balanced. Well, I wouldn't say, but fairly steady, and he wasn't going off the deep end like some of his interviews can be, because there are some of his views, especially around the deep state and the personalities involved and potential extraterrestrials living within the earth, and let's just say some interesting stuff like that. But one of the things he was talking about was the evolution of the Internet of Things, which is empowered by 5G.
Right.
And as you may have noticed, there has been a lot of fear in the UK where people are nervous about the waveform radiation that is coming from 5G. When you look at the power of the signal, even compared to 4G and the wavelength, people are very, very concerned, much the same as they are sitting beside, 11 kVA and upwards high tension electricity cables, much the same as as that other chap was mentioned with Aaron Brockovich and the whole sort of US power industry.
Right.
And in this part of the world, overhead cabling is the norm as opposed to underground. It only goes underground in dense urban centers, but sort of outside of that, it is overhead, and we suffer a lot during storm damage because high winds will take those cables down.
Right.
But you would not want to be living under a 33 kVA high intensity cable coming out of a power station or whatever. It definitely would not be good for you.
And with that though, that's just electricity flowing through a cable.
Yes.
But the radiation coming out of that cable causes damage.
Yes. And the thing is, there is no pulse. It is DC. It is direct. It's the same waveform. There's no pulse. It is just completely uniform the whole way along. Where with 5G, there is a pulse element to it. So it's a large cycle, and how would you call it? Yeah, it's a large cycle and there's a pulse, and people are quite worried about it. Now, if you really get into the science, what there is an accusation about is the effect that the 5G waveform has on the nucleic aspect of the coronavirus, right? And not a microbiologist, don't fully understand this, but what they were saying was that this waveform can interacts in some fashion with the coronavirus microbe.
So,
and
okay.
Acts as an activator.
Right. So,
a motivator.
With that, though, you're saying that they have connections, I guess the scientific world or the government somehow has made a connection between 5G and the corona. Like they've talked about it.
Yeah.
Maybe not directly, but that's what they're already talking about, but at higher levels.
Yeah. Okay. Now, I'm going to sort of, as best as I can within the limited language I have, is going to sort of try and relay to you what this was about. Now, but before I get into the meat and potatoes of it, what has happened since Tuesday is London Rail syndicated this interview to a local television station in London, and it was broadcast across a television channel as opposed to a YouTube channel, and it was simultaneous while London Rail were producing and filming the thing, and it was going out on YouTube. It was being simulcast to a television station. The BBC got on to Google and demanded that the stream be cut because of the news that David Icke was producing at that moment in time. So the BBC went to a company who is in another country, is not part of our jurisdiction,
Right.
Plus the physical distance. So we're talking about a company in the US.
Right. They're all in California.
In California, which is not in the UK. Which is no, so it's not in England, it isn't in Scotland, it isn't in Wales, and it isn't in Northern Ireland. It ain't fucking here. It's in another jurisdiction, another legal jurisdiction, right?
A whole other continent, man.
Oh man, when do you hear this? So the BBC got on to YouTube and demanded this stream be taken down. And YouTube took the stream down upon the BBC's request. That's the first important thing. Now, our friend David Icke wasn't going the full 9 yards. He was only going at about half speed. He was quite measured. He hadn't gone full tinfoil hat. And like, you know, if you think of Alex Jones as 100%,
right,
and you know your standard Fox, CNN, BBC, normie type of broadcaster is 10%.
Okay.
You know, David Icke was around sort of the 50 to 60% mark. He was quite measured. He wasn't going nuts, right? But they still did, but because of the sensitivity of the issue and the accusation of that this didn't happen by accident, that this was planned,
right,
that this is part of a larger chess game. This is only the first part. So the beauty of what in Icke's rhetoric, he said that 5G acts as the infrastructure upon which the Internet of Things works. So in other words, every RFID reader, every camera, every piece of sensing equipment that's around can be connected under the one cloud. Okay. Now, one of the things that he said was that Bill Gates and his associated companies wants to do is produce a virus, an antidote, apologies, and that inoculation is mandatory, and that if you don't, and once you are inoculated, you receive an RFID tag, so everyone knows where you are. So your mobile phone is registered. Now, much the same has happened in South Korea, North Korea, South Korea, isn't it? Yeah. Well, the hospitals published slightly anonymized information about the people who they knew were infected, so you knew to stay away from that particular building, that you knew where a person carrying the virus had come from. There is an Orwellian aspect to all this. If you ever read or even watched 1984.
Yeah, I just showed it to the family.
Yeah. We are getting into sort of slightly sort of scary times now, but there is a connection, that there is the motivator that the 5G signal carries with the nucleic properties of the coronavirus. So it acts as an activator. Now, as we have become to understand, the coronavirus affects people with low immunity.
Right.
Okay, if you have a weakened immunity, you are susceptible to suffer an effect from this, and your recovery from the virus isn't going to be as easy. If you have a stronger immune system, you're not going to have so much of a problem.
So, sir, let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
Because the thing that I hear a lot of people saying when you do mention 5G being a cause of these problems with the virus, their comeback is usually that they didn't have much 5G in Italy, but Italy has all these problems just as much as China. So, do you have any explanation for that?
Yeah, no. Well, 5G as a European country does have a lot of 5G. Italy does have a lot of 5G penetration, as does the UK, as does Ireland, as does Belgium, Holland, France, Germany. Wuhan is completely blanket covered in 5G. Now, this could all be a coincidence, and this could be a complete misadventure. Whoever that stupid fucker was in that market who was eating bat, he was a stupid prick, and he should be dealt with severely by the authorities. and if that's what happened, that's what happened. But there's so many coincidences. So how did that happen? And how did that happen? And how did all of a sudden you're going, hold on a second, are these dots here to be connected?
Right.
Are all of these coincidences purely coincidence? Did all of this happen at the same time? Well, fuck me, Sherlock. Fucking knock me over with a feather. I wouldn't have expected that to happen. So
let me ask you this.
Yes, sir.
Social distancing.
Yes, sir.
Now, we're supposed to be made of electricity. The fact that we are distant from each other, could that make the 5G much stronger as far as taking over within the spaces?
Well, I live in Ireland, right? So we have been in lockdown for 3 weeks. We are practicing social distancing of 6 feet between us and the next person when you go into a store, and how do you call it? And our lockdown has been extended for another 3 weeks, until sort of 5th of May. So that was only just announced by the Irish government today. From what our medical people have been saying here in Ireland is that it's a cough, or cough or a sneeze, and the droplet spread from that cough or the sneeze spreads the disease. We don't transmit this as an electrical pulse or a part of our aura, or there's no electrical transmission. It purely is a fluid, a septum, what's that word, Mike? You know, when you cough and you actually, the droplets, there's a sputum.
Like a spray.
And I don't have the vocabulary, but whatever, as you cough or you sneeze, whatever droplet that you mist from your mouth, that's what spreads the virus. Sputum or septum, or I don't have the vocabulary, but hopefully that answer is sufficient. So there's a number of what David Icke, and if you actually go to the London Rail website, you can actually watch the interview. Now it's an hour and a half, and it's deep stuff. Get a pot of coffee and sit down and go through it, and inform yourself. I watched one of the Alex Jones shows there during the week, and it's a full 100% full on conspiracy theory. But if you watch even the likes of what do you call his name? There's an American doctor, the CE5 guy in the US, Doctor, what's his name? Who does all this sort of UFOlogy stuff, who talks about the deep state. All of a sudden, you start to see commonalities in these theories, these unauthorized projects that are happening with alien extra-human technology. What it costs. So there is it has been recognized for a long time, and especially in European and Anglo-Saxon circles, that the Masonic Lodge have had a level of control over our governments and have had an influence in economic and especially sort of business related stuff. And a lot of the, let's say, there's a lot of Masons made a lot of money as a result of 9/11 and the subsequent invasion of Iran and Iraq, because they took Iran and Iraq out of the market, took their oil off them, charged them the pleasure for them being there, etc. And there's a lot of anecdotal evidence being talked about in quiet circles here about the sort of crack and let's say nefarious things that the Masonic lodges have been getting up to.
Right.
But the thing is, the Masonic lodges aren't, as a friend of mine pointed out to me, they aren't purely an Anglo-Saxon thing. They're across the world. They're in China.
Right.
Yeah.
We have here in the States, like, you know, like we have all the colleges, but we have the Ivy League colleges or whatever, right?
Yes.
Then we have the historically black colleges, but they all also have the Greek like alpha, beta, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
and that's all. Like, I don't know how that's connected, but I know that they relate depending on what fraternity or whatever you are, that relates to parts of the government.
But listen, like I grew up as a Roman Catholic in Belfast. Like the Catholic Church has its own versions called the Knights of St. Columbanus, whereas in a Presbyterian or in a Methodist or in a Reformationist church, it's Masonic. In the Catholic Church, we have our own, and there are now, and if you get into the put your tinfoil hat on and get into research, you can see that the lads in Rome are into the same funny handshake business as the other lads. So they're all part of the same club. Do you know what I mean? So there is, So, but trying to come sort of back full circle again, what has happened in the last 48 hours on this side of the water is that the media in the UK have removed the right to free speech. And that you're not, they are trying to push back on your right to research what you want and to make your own informed opinion. When you go onto YouTube and there's any mention of the beer bug, we receive a warning from our Ministry of Health that, come to their website and get accurate information on the beer bug, right? That, woe be told that you would actually listen to an alternative opinion. Don't listen to fake news, which is really sort of quite laughable when when you look how your Mr. sort of President Trump talks about sort of fake news and
CNN, but they're all caught.
CNN, Fox, and all these guys that the English, sort of the UK and Irish media are putting themselves as being the authoritative source of the truth. But the thing is, whose truth is it? One of the questions that I saw a press conference in London this morning on Sky News, where a journalist asked quite an innocuous question, but it was quite clever, of one of the medical people about the coding for, if I died of a heart attack today, would I be regarded as being a coronavirus victim? Okay. And they sort of said, well, we don't really have time to actually do a post-mortem to make sure that it just wasn't a heart attack that killed you. So we would record you as a coronavirus victim because we ain't got time to do anything different.
And we're seeing that here.
Yeah, yeah. So now, and I can understand, like, one of the big things here has been that the hospital, save the National Health Service and save our hospitals, and don't be going in, like, don't cut your fingers off with a hedge cutter,
Right.
and going into the emergency room. Don't be fucking stupid. Leave the emergency rooms alone. Don't be putting yourself in any danger. So, and that, our hospitals here are saying that, our emergency rooms are already at capacity. I'm saying that, haven't seen any television pictures as to how crowded they are. And like these English hospitals, it's quite funny. One of the big things that happened during the week is that the British military built this fantastic facility in the middle of the XL Centre. It's a big exhibition space in the London Docklands, and turned it into an emergency hospital filled with ventilators and beds. And an old customer of mine actually deployed a 5G network in the building. So
Inside
people
the building. So
wait, which I just had to laugh at the irony of this. Here we have this friendly company with a red logo, let's say, who have operations all across the world. and in this particular workspace, instead of trying to put down Ethernet cabling to cable all the stuff together and so do a hardwired Cisco solution, they instead to network the whole thing as an Internet of Things over 5G. Right. How pleasant of them and how nice of them. In a triage hospital that's looking after its beer bug patients.
So they turned it into like a big X-ray room.
Corporate social responsibility at its very best. The irony of it is just hilarious.
Yeah. So they
What's good buddy Sean saying here? Do you think elites work together? Is there a competition of some sort?
I just jumped back on. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, because somebody came to the door.
What's your name, sir?
Art New Style.
What?
Art New Style.
New Style.
Art New Style. Good. Okay. I'm just looking here. Sort of a good buddy Sean Hughes. Do you think elites work together as a competition of some sort? Do you know something? Just the same as corporate divisions in large companies compete. I'm sure. Yeah, there's a level of one-upmanship. Yeah, there's always a pecking order. There's always someone wants to be the blue-eyed boy. That's highly possible. Funny. Like the Australians are sort of trying to say, well, this is all the Chinese fault. So, let's go and deliver legal papers to the Chinese and make them pay for the retribution.
Right.
Mess that they've created.
Yeah, it's kind of hard for these things because we're not invited to the meeting.
Yeah, well, exactly.
That's the sad part. So,
yeah,
and depending on who's close to the truth, that's when they start disappearing.
Yeah,
so
it really is. It's funny how this just happened to happen. And all of these other circumstances just sort of happen to come to pass at the same time.
Right.
And you could be quite innocuous and, be a good normal citizen and sit back and do what your government tells you and it'll be all right. But on this island, we have an economy of 6 million people, which, by US standards, that's small. Right, okay. That's 6 million people. What's the size of
Chicago?
Right. You know what I mean? In the overall scale of things, we're just a spit in the bucket. The UK has a population of about 71 million. Thereabouts. Do you know what I mean? Like London itself. Yeah. London areas are about 9 million people. That would be the equivalent of Washington maybe or somewhere like that?
9 million?
Yeah.
That's New York on a Saturday, maybe Sunday.
Okay, when everyone's left.
New York City.
Yeah. Oh, it's because everyone's left to sit in and go home for the weekend. That's all that's left.
Yeah, they got a lot of Jersey, Pennsylvania people during the week, but
Yeah.
on a Sunday,
The Sunday afternoon. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay. So it's a small town, and so you know, in those sort of sizes. But it's funny how these governments have got together and they have closed down. They essentially have switched off the economy. In here, you know, more than two people cannot congregate. We have to keep 6 feet apart. Okay. The only people you're allowed to congregate with are your family. You're not allowed to have any
right,
of it. It's now the Easter weekend here, which is a big national holiday. It's a very historical part of time, part of the year here.
right.
But the weather is just so starting to lift that you know people would normally sort of be going out and doing stuff. Like this thing has actually managed to close the pubs in Ireland. You'd have to set up a fucking atomic bomb here to close the pubs.
So I'll
But
put a
it's not-
perspective in.
Ireland has been dry for 2 weeks. Like
Yeah.
I'm
Oh, man.
50 years of age. I never remember the pubs being closed ever. Like you know,
I put a perspective in because that's why I was really going into the whole social distance.
Mm.
They mentioned social distance, but not human distance.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
sit there and stand right next to you.
Mm.
And the fact I can use words and terms to even make us more distant based on how I feel about you. Now we're doing it like, with the actual bodies.
Oh yeah.
And then also, you already know that social distance have to interfere with dating to some degree, even to the point to where you're just shaking hands with a business partner.
Mm.
All these things have something to do with breaking up the vibration between humans.
Do you know something? That's a very good point. I've been working at home for the last 3 weeks. Thankfully, I'm still working. I work for a company and we sell into the retail trade. So our customers are the supermarket operators. So we're flat out busy. And it's a fucking high class complaint to have. I'm still earning money. There's pals of mine after 3 weeks are already in trouble because your mortgage and your car loan and all that stuff hasn't been cancelled. That hasn't been put on hold. But your landlord can't throw you out of your building for the next 3 months, but you mightn't be able to pay the rent. By the time when the economy gets switched back on again, it isn't just going to fall back into place again.
Right. Oh yeah.
We've already had businesses that have actually gone into liquidation and they ain't going to open again. Divisions, for example, of larger European or English companies here have sort of said, right, lads, we're gone. We're pulling out. Business is closed. It's now in liquidation. So the actual level of liquidations and what you guys would call sort of Chapter 11 and Chapter 7 and those types of, sort of formal closures of a business are on the upswing here.
Mm.
And the longer it goes on, the more, the more that's going to happen. That fabric is going to start crumbling. Every bar, every restaurant, every hotel, every cafe, every hairdresser, barber, all of those service businesses, they're gone. Even construction is gone. There's no construction happening here. It's only essential, for example, essential road maintenance, in case of like water main breakage, like that sort of type of stuff, and it has to be permitted and given permission by the police to do. But even at that, the workmen still have to observe some level of social distance. Well, now, the way you always get two guys, sort of standing on shovels looking into a hole, these people actually have to stay away from each other,
And to add too,
yeah,
I'm going still on social distance. It takes away from teamwork.
Very much so. Very much so.
Yeah.
It really is quite strange. Like as a sales guy, I'm out on the road, and I have about 175 retailers in my territory who I deal with, and I'm used being out in front of my customers. Trying to do that same sales process over the phone is hard. You know, and what I do sort of is very strategic. So it's a complex business sale, and trying to do it over the phone just isn't easy. But it's the trying to stop yourself from actually cracking up, and sort of seeing like it's difficult being just not having or not being close to people. Like it's a treat just going up to a filling station close by and getting a cup of coffee just to get out of the house.
Right.
Yeah. I'm wondering, I'm out here in California.
Yeah.
It's raining quite a bit.
Mm.
But it's that kind of rain that allows nature to still be out.
Oh yeah.
Wink, 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 wink.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, and by the way, I do test water to see the levels of acid and is it getting alkaline. And for years, the rainwater has always been acidic. I have the liquid drop tester, and there's always yellow or dark yellow, even like a orange.
Yeah.
But this time it's dark green. But when I look up in the sky, you have the puffy clouds and you have the jacket clouds. And we already know if you see flies and butterflies and birds and bees trying to fly when the clouds are gray and it's about to rain, that's not Mother Nature. But I'm trying to figure out, I know they say that pollution is gone and all that, but if the water is clean with these, chemtrails and all that kind of stuff, then what's the next end game? What's the next plan?
Okay, right. Now, we'll go back to what David Icke was saying on that interview with London Real, right? And I'm going to try and repeat what he was what he was constructing. The media across the world are stirring up panic, and they're getting everyone so panicked that they will be crying out for the antidote. But the problem is the antidote, it won't be good for you. The antidote will have some level of RFID or trackability in your blood, and there'll be nefarious stuff in it. Now, David Icke did sort of make a sort of an aside remark as to, like, we really know how good these big pharma companies are, that people being in full health isn't good for business. For them to be profitable, they need people to be sick. So let's introduce a new level of sickness that they can then produce other drugs for. And the difficulty with the testing kits that have been used in the UK up till now is that what it's actually doing is introducing the virus to you. And it has already been recognized that testing kits that were delivered from China into hospitals in the UK have already been infected with the beer bug. So they are perpetrating the spread of the beer bug and not addressing it.
Now, let me ask you this.
Yes, sir.
Now, you're in Ireland, the
Yes,
UK,
sir.
where? Ireland?
Yes, Ireland. Sir.
Okay. I think my folks' background is an Irish background. My dad's side.
Okay.
But we never met them. Wink, wink. But anyhow, have you ever, like, when they first, start really reporting this and all the deaths and cases, did you out there, did they have a lot of celebrities from where you're at, like trying to say, hey, I got the virus too, this is real?
No.
Okay.
That hasn't happened here yet.
Yeah, we had it over here.
Yeah, yeah. No. Like one of and this is one of the things. Like this is why I think the BBC wanted the interview with David Icke to be pulled, was that he was saying the globalists have a chess game, and 5G is a piece. Bill Gates's tracking and inoculation, and all of his companies are part of the chess game. They're pawns and knights. And Dr. Fauci and the other lady in Washington who stands in those press conferences, that their families are already employed by Gates and associated companies. So, like, these guys are all in the fucking same pocket. These guys are all working together. None of them are independent. And that's the how to cut. Yeah, that essentially, yeah, the normies will be screaming out for the antidote, even though they probably maybe even don't have it. But what that antidote will do is it will weaken their immune systems even further, and that this very much is a practice run, and this will pass. But this play will run again, but it'll be worse the next time. But what will happen is when everything relaxes and it goes back to normal and life comes back, it's just not going to be the same as it was before. We'll have lost that amount.
Do you think this is a test more than the actual pandemic?
If you were to take what David Icke and even like Alex Jones and people like that are saying, yeah, this is Act 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they can see how they can plan for the big one.
Yeah, because you see, the thing is, you're going to have a lot of people who resist the antidote. Mm-hmm. Now, in Europe and in this part of the world, sort of inoculation of children from measles and rubella and all those types of things. So that happens at a very early age, and we wouldn't have the same civil objection to antidotes that you guys have. Where you don't like. You're not really given a whole pile of choice that your children sort of gets these things. Whereas I know in the US, just the same as you guys could go to school if you so desire. We don't really have that choice here either. That's what will you do with the people who don't want to participate in the antidote and the introduction of the idea of social credit? So that if you're not a good citizen and if you don't play by the rule, just the same as happens in Wuhan and China, you don't get a passport, you don't get to travel, you don't get access to the high-speed train, you have to ride to work on a donkey, you can't use the bus service, whatever. So to be a good citizen, there are perks, but you have to be a very good boy, who's very clean.
You know what?
And the whole introduction of social credit.
It's funny you say that because I get the emails from because I have, I got cars and bikes and stuff, right? And I get the emails from the motor vehicle, the Department of Motor Vehicles, mm-hmm. Right? And so as soon as this whole thing started, they extended out another year the time frame that people have to get that passport ID. Right. So the ability to travel between countries, it was going to be this October was going to be the deadline for the US. Mm-hmm. Right? Everybody had to go get this travel ID. And I'm thinking nobody was doing it, right? Or not enough people. Everybody waits till the last minute to do anything anyway.
Yeah.
So why all of a sudden did they extend it out a year? Where did that time frame come from? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, well,
if you look at it, like even on 538 on NPR, which will be sort of two of your political news sources in the US now, albeit quite liberal in their outlook, have both had conversations about the introduction of social credit in the US. And, you know, is this a good idea that the Chinese have? And how could we actually introduce it here? So it is within sort of academia and sort of cognoscenti and sort of, you know, high-minded people. It is a conversation that is being had in the US. I don't think Nate Silver and, you know, these types of guys just come up with this all of a sudden.
Right.
Do you know? No, there's a whole lot of stuff to do, you know, about gerrymandering and the you know, the whys and wherefores of the, you know, the political parties and, you know, superdelegate and, you know, all the interesting mechanics of how the you know, the US political system works. But it was funny that when I heard the whole thing about social credit and, you know, how it would be applied, I was thinking to myself, I've listened to these podcasts on both 538 and NPR. Being a bit of a political nut and sort of interested as to, you know, what's going on in your country, and, you know, because you guys are maybe what 5 to 10 years ahead of us, so it's good to sort of see where the ball is going, and sort of seeing what's going on. You know, Ireland has always had an affinity with the US, you know, from a political perspective, and Irish, so, you know, the Irish diaspora were normally associated with the Democratic Party in the US. But when you've now they've done a bit of investigation into your society and your fabric and what have you, yeah, you would sort of wonder why they bother. They sort of should maybe stay a bit more Republican, but how and ever, I'll not start that bun fight here. But it is interesting that, you know, these news organizations, which are part of a larger, like 538 is part of ESPN and NPR is what, public service radio backed or something, isn't it? I think.
Which one?
NPR.
NPR
News. Yeah.
Yeah. It's part of the public service broadcasting network or something.
Out here, yes.
Yeah, PBS, yeah.
Yeah. So, but it just goes to show that, like, the academics within these media outlets are discussing how, you know, would this be a good idea, and testing the water and laying the breadcrumb. So if you think of the combination of mandatory vaccination, 5G to track you, 5G waveform, possibly, you know, if you have a low immune system, not doing you any good, and the introduction of social credit and the worldwide shutdown, you know, off the worldwide economy. Like, if you were going to pull a stunt as to, you know, and do this type of thing, there's a lot of things are being road tested, and you know, there's a big fire drill going on here.
Right.
There's just so many coincidences happening together. You'd be sort of, I wonder.
And see, the thing that trips me out that he asked, is this going to be, do we think this is a test? Right away when this started, all the predictions and stuff started getting spoke about, and they said, oh, and this is going to happen again in 10 years.
Yeah, you see, and the thing is, they actually have video of Gates standing in an audience setting, you know, so speaking to an audience, and they're wargaming how this would actually work.
Yeah, that happened on October 18th, 2019.
Yeah. You see, so again, another coincidence. Do you know what I mean? So They have 5G, they have AI, they have the scare, they've created the compelling event. The good citizen wants to do everything they can to be a good citizen, to maintain their credit and maintain their lifestyle for what it is.
Right.
And all of a sudden, you know, you're having to take this inoculation and be a good boy. And George Orwell wasn't really that wrong. Do you know what I mean? And the thing about it is, one of the tenets of Orwell's book was resistance against the system is frowned upon.
Right.
Do you remember Steve Jobs ad for the Apple computer, where you have the girl with the bright blue shorts. I always remember she had a nice ass running through the movie theater with a big hammer, and she throws the big hammer at the screen. Do you remember that ad? And
the commercial.
Yeah. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So there is, there's a lot of stuff going on, and there's just so many coincidences. You're just wondering. I wonder.
And we've been having there's been a lot of broadcasts and stuff on. I think it's almost worldwide now, where the heads of a lot of major companies are walking away.
Yes, so I heard a stat of over 1,000 CEOs of various public limited companies are resigning from their jobs.
Right. It's like, what do they know? All of a sudden, at the same time, everybody's calling it quits.
Yes, everyone's getting it. All the rats are leaving the ship. They're cashing out their ships.
It's like the money's not going to be there. So that leads me to believe there's a UBI type of formation going on, a universal basic income type thing, where like for instance, Trump is a billionaire, right?
Yes.
And if he's not playing along with somebody, is it because he knows his billions might turn into a few million?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like if they go along with a digital currency for everybody, because it have to be worldwide, which is why they've been trying to make the US dollar like the currency of the world.
Yes.
Right. So if they go to a digital currency worldwide, right? So what happens to those billionaires, those people that worked for the last 40 or 50 years building up their $1 billion, their half a billion as a CEO, and now it's like, oh, by the way, thanks for your efforts, but you're gonna be not so much a billionaire anymore. You're gonna kind of level everybody out a little.
Yeah. They're changing jobs. That's what it is. I don't think they're leaving. I think they're just changing positions.
But 1,000 of them at the same time.
Because you got puppet masters. You got people that's controlling things. So the people that we see that we're used to, we're used to seeing them do things. They're going to get that behind the scenes position, and then you're going to start seeing new faces.
Oh, I see what you're saying. They're forming new positions to be a part of.
Just like any other company, to be honest.
Right.
So what you're saying is with 1,000 events of succession planning all at the same time.
Yeah, that's pretty much how most of these companies and businesses work in the first place. We're just seeing it in real time on a larger scale.
All at the same time.
Yeah, it makes sense when you put it in a business sense rather than being political.
Yeah, but certainly one of the key milestones that David Icke mentioned to Brian Rose in that interview on London Real was the date of 2030. That the year 2030 is going to be of some level of significance.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's on the Agenda 21. They put that out there. It was 2015 is when they sped up their timeline of when they wanted to hit all those checkpoints.
Yeah. You see, the thing is, though, if you actually read Agenda 21, let's say from a red pill sort of perspective,
right,
looks very like a Chinese government manifesto, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's because this is what we grew up calling the New World Order.
Yes.
Right. It's a one world government. Now, it's people take it as it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
But the way that it's written is to just show this is where we want the world, the direction we want the world to go. And that's why they review it every so many years. Now, is it good? Who am I to say? I haven't experienced it yet. Is it bad? Again, who am I to say? We haven't experienced it yet.
There's no private ownership. Like no one owns any farms. No one owns any businesses.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it's and they want to thin out the population.
Yes, that's the part that as soon as they said old people gonna die, and it started making me think like, okay, so if why the old people first? It's like, okay, they save money on the government for the governments and all that. Then they're just telling all the governments are probably doing the same thing, telling their people, hey, we're gonna pay you money, we're gonna take care of you, or whatever. Where in America it's unprecedented. They always save the businesses before they save the people, right?
Yeah.
Overseas, you guys have a lot more where you're taxed more during the year, but you're given more from your government from person to person as far as like health or education. A lot of countries.
Yeah. Well, absolutely. Like we do have some level of social care here, while albeit far from perfect,
Right.
Like if you have cancer, you will get seen eventually. Maybe not in a few days, but maybe in a few weeks to get an appointment to see a doctor. You know what I mean? Like it can take a period of time to get into chemo, but at the same time, you will get dealt with at some stage. Whereas in the US, you could just die in the street, nobody cares. And if you don't have the necessary health insurance, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, for me, it's like, yeah, I talk about it just so that people can get a heads up, because there's smarter people in the world than me. You know what I'm saying? I've experienced things, but I haven't read or been involved in a deep political issue to that level of decision making. So I'm hoping that people get involved. Somebody who is involved in politics, somebody who, you know what I'm saying, that'll come out, or somebody who knows politics. Let me say that instead. Not involved. I tend not to trust them, but maybe somebody who has been involved and is no longer for the reasons of they know what's going on.
Well,
Somebody to break it down for us a little more.
The third degree burns poses a good question there. Are they going to separate us based on class and being in certain classes will provide certain privileges?
It's too easy.
Yeah, well, that's what social credit is about. If you're a really good boy and you really behave yourself and you take the medicine and you don't grumble, you'll be allowed a passport or a train ticket, or the access to particular housing or whatever, or to get a driving license, etc. But if you're antisocial and you don't take the inoculation and you don't do what you're told, and you're into criminal act, or so the thought police don't like you, you're not going to receive the same privileges.
Yeah, it's too easy. I mean, to do that, because we're used to seeing that. We used to either climbing over.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, though,
I gotta finish though, sir.
Yeah, yeah, but the thing is, though, what you have to remember, they'll have the normies screaming out for the virus, for the antidote. Everyone will want to participate and be a good citizen and do your civic duty and take the medicine and wear the armband and and allow your data to be watched and managed by the AI.
Okay, so what I was saying is that when you separate it by the classes,
yes,
that's what they've been doing it. I mean, they started with the caste system, and then later on they started. I gotta finish, sir. I appreciate it though. I gotta finish, but it's a progression to where people are really trying to find answers that they're used to seeing versus new things. That's why I'm saying it's easy, because they're used to it. And if that is the case, then it's much easier to give out the illusion versus what's really happening, just like what we're talking about now.
Right.
I'm done.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I can understand your logic there.
Yeah. The other thing too is, I think what Mike was talking about as well, we can't trust anybody. Even a person that we do trust, they may not have the right information because of their sources probably tricked them.
Right.
It's best to really take as much information And like we're having this discussion because I think most of us are on the same page, and to start really sharing, comparing notes
Yes.
and see what makes sense.
Oh, yes.
Because nobody's going to tell the truth from up there.
Right.
They're not going to confess that, yeah, I tried to, depopulate like, a quarter of the world and you got me. So I will confess. They're not going to say that.
Right.
So, and it's not going to be easy to find. We'll probably find out about this stuff like the JFK stuff.
Yeah. And that's why I'm wondering when I hear those people say, yeah, this is going to happen again in 10 years. So if they stretch out this first one, we kind of get normalized to it. Everybody's running around with the hand sanitizer. They're clean again. And right when everybody gets comfortable, boom, they hit you with it again. And
Yep.
it's easier for us to get back into that mode of be clean, get away from people, get in your house. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah. Like I said before, that's designed to make sure that your energy. See, you got to remember, the immune system is an indication of low energy, but you also have that low energy between human beings. And even
right,
the fact that if you lie to me and I believe it, you just lowered my energy. If I'm afraid of you, you lowered my energy. If I believe you, you lower my energy. So think about that as a population. I mean, we're weak for sports, we're weak for entertainment, and we're weak for politics.
Have
You
you
know,
have
go
you
ahead,
ever heard
Ken.
of a guy called Dr. Stephen Greer?
Doctor Who?
Stephen Greer.
No, I thought you meant Wendell Greer. No, I never heard of that person.
Stephen Greer. Okay. The he's sort of part of the whole sort of CE5 sort of movement, and just did a big crowdfunding campaign to do a whole sort of disclosure movie that's selling really well. But one of his key tenets is how we are part of a shared consciousness, not only on this planet, but across the wider universe. And we're amongst one of 12 or 13 dimensions. And how we move from one place to another, from one realm or dimension to the other, is through consciousness. So what you're talking about with the electrical piece and the vibe and the energy level. What another word for that is consciousness, and that's where meditation and connecting across a wider consciousness. You ever noticed you can have people sitting in a restaurant quite happily minding their own business, and all of a sudden somebody just happens to walk in and everyone turns around and look at them. Not for any particular reason. They're not particularly beautiful. They're not particularly well dressed, or not, or in no way famous. But there's something about them. They give off a vibe.
right. Yeah, their energy.
You're walking down the street and someone catches your eye and you go, "Hey, how you doing?" You don't know they're complete strangers, and you sort of get that eye to eye sort of connection. You sort of have a vibe. You sort of sense that someone else actually has a consciousness.
Yeah, that sounds like some lessons from Spencer Lewis.
Don't know that I am, but yep. Okay. But certainly, like the idea of consciousness is very important, and how and sort of like your consciousness and your immune system are inherently connected. That if your consciousness is clear and is good and is well channeled, your immune system follows.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're not conscious, or you're not feeling the vibe, and you're not in a good place, you're not in a good frame of mind, your immune system isn't either.
Yeah.
So the two, I don't know if the word causal would be the right word, but there's certainly an interconnection. They have an influence on each other.
Right. If you're stressed, your health breaks down.
Yeah. So certainly, yeah. Negativity helps you. Negativity sort of isn't good for you. Positivity is.
Right. Yeah. it's like you can break it down so easy to, for us as men,
Yes.
when we see a woman smile,
Yes.
we get comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Like we get happy. Whereas a woman with a straight face,
Mm.
that has a different effect on a man. But the minute she smiles, a man can go from the strongest, alpha being, and he'll bring it down a little bit. He'll
Those
drop
two,
his guard just a little bit, just enough.
And there are though, so the communication difference between men and women, etc. Yeah, but certainly at the basic level, positivity is good for you, negativity isn't. And I guess the whole thing about social distancing is it's hard to actually have that consciousness or that connection with people, but at the same time, people invade your space. You can get quite negative. Like there have been incidents here where people have been careless in shops and essentially getting in people's faces or standing too close to them and making people uncomfortable. And there have been physical confrontations where one shopper has lamped another shopper behind him to make him stop getting in his face.
I can see how this may tie into a Me Too movement. When you talk about social distance.
That's right. They prepped us for this.
Yeah. So the fact that I'm in your space, you have violated me. And some other chick will say, me too. I think this could be something to where, and like for us grown-ups, like, or not grown-ups, but Gen Xers and up, I think we're okay because we can see the bull from a mile away. But I think the indoctrination of the millennials and the Generation Z, they're going to really be trying to make some sense out of it because I know that agenda will be pushed. It will be pushed.
The feminists will actually take it that if you're actually standing in their physical space.
Yeah, and you could get arrested for it.
Yep.
So the beta male can't not even look at them so even the beta male can't even look at them sideways because he's going to be
social distance. You got to keep your social distance.
Dude,
because I feel violated because he's in my space.
Fuck me.
That's the wording. Like that's the exact wording.
Yeah.
That they use.
I feel violated. So now you're looking at him being a sexual predator to being a COVID predator, probably.
Have you ever heard of a guy called Rolo Tomasi?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
He's an expert.
Page, yeah. Mike,
what happened?
Mike, are we all on the same page here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No, how I know Mike, like how does a lad from the East Coast of Ireland know Mike Shirley in Arizona? Fucking weird thing, yeah.
Yeah, I go all the way back to Tom Likas. All the way back. I used to listen to him on the way back from work.
Okay. Right.
Blow me up, Tom. I remember that.
Oh yeah. No, because funny actually, I sort of heard a couple of replays of some of his radio shows, and man, he was good. he definitely was, but certainly, yeah. The like Mike and I would sort of both participate in Rolo stream on a Sunday evening. On sort of on a Wednesday and stuff, and sort of into the books and sort of into the whole community, sort of around what Rolo sort of talks around, and certainly like what you're just after saying there connects a serious dots because did feminism happen by accident or has it been part of a part of a play? This idea of women just, wanting to bin 80% of the men and only want the top 20%, sort of solipsism and hypergamy and all this sort of type of stuff. I know feminism started with Emily Pankhurst in 1855, a long time ago in the suffragette movement, when women couldn't even own property. So, for example, if a father died, he couldn't leave the farm or the business to the daughter. She had to be married and had to be left to her husband.
But the property they were fighting for were slaves too.
Yeah.
Those women.
Yeah, well, I'm sort of thinking back to sort of English society. We didn't sort of have slavery as such, well, certainly not on these islands.
Yeah, I'm talking about the feminists that were
sort of feminism, but certainly
Yeah.
sort of second, third, fourth wave feminism were essentially devalued the married man who needed to command a certain salary to feed his family, and therefore had quite a high wage and union and what have you. All of a sudden introduced feminism, and that just killed the working man's wage, because all of a sudden women now have to get fucking paid the same. So we all get a pittance. Do you know what I mean? By bringing women into the workplace, all of a sudden, well, you have twice the actual supply of labor. So, Mr. Jones, what makes you so special? Why should you get such a big salary? We can get a woman who can do as much, a good part of your job just as well as you can, and she'll do it for less. So you need to take a bit less.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, there's certain aspects where women deserve, equal and this and certain parts. But there are some that are trying to mix a lot of things together to separate the families.
Right.
They don't have the family structure. It's more about them as individuals, and they're trying to get all women to buy into that. And thank God for my mom and some of my aunts, they weren't buying into that. But these younger ladies, good luck.
Yeah. well, certainly, like from what we hear in the community, like the effect that sort of feminism and sort of the family courts in the US are having, it's crazy. It's a couple of years ahead of where we will be, but like we're a couple of footsteps behind you.
Yeah, so you got to remember the entertainment industry is really helped pushing this agenda.
Yeah, they sped it up.
They've been doing it in the Marvel movies and stuff like this, Star Wars.
Yeah, well, absolutely. Did you hear about these non-binary characters now in the Marvel comics?
Yeah.
You got to come to the States, Mark.
Yeah.
Whatever John MLD started talking about this, Richard Cooper and I were going, seriously? Are you fucking for real? Are you having a laugh? No way. But it's real.
Yeah, no, these people are walking around, man, and like they'll let you know it, publicly out loud, like it's, that's why I think it was you, Mark, that commented. I put up a tweet, like that, and I said, I'm like, what did I say? This corona seems to only attack males and females, so all these non-binary people are safe or something like that. So it's like, we've been taught, and growing up as kids, you don't really notice it because you see another kid, that's another kid.
Yes.
But it's as you get older, the message to separate from other people gets stronger.
Yes.
It's like you would think as we're getting wiser, we would learn to separate from those who can be trusted and those who can't.
Yes.
But instead, the message that's being put out there is like trust no one. Art of War. Trust no one, right?
No woman, not even your own child.
Exactly. So that message has been pushed upon us, that we just see it more and more as we get older.
Yes. And
so it's like at the same time where the education system's getting lowered, people are not being taught to think. So that indoctrination is they're wanting us separated from other people.
And that hurts the positive negative balance.
Yes.
Yep.
It's because we as men, we don't lead with our feelings.
No.
And when we do lead with our feelings, we pay. When men lead with their feelings, eventually you're going to pay for that.
Right.
Because the woman is supposed to take a lot of that energy away from us so we can think clearly as men. So you breaking up that, then both sides going to have to do some feeling or some seeing or whatever and go out of their nature to try to prove that it works. And that deteriorates the whole structure in itself.
It can't.
We have a comment there. Third degree burn says any young lady under 26 may go for it. Absolutely. Being able to do cold approach in a park and go up and talk to a girl all of a sudden, you know, now in these times with social distancing, you have to stay away from her. You can't be invading her space.
Yeah. That's why, see, and that's the thing, you know, people kind of criticize me for, you know, being, because I be around everybody. I'm around, you know, women, men, but sometimes I'm on different panels with hardline younger guys that really feel a certain way on how women are behaving. But the thing is, a lot of these guys do want a family. They want a wife and all that kind of stuff. But there's a lot of frustration, you know, a lot of things that are really occurring. And the thing is like nobody is hearing them. So of course they're gonna turn it up a notch. And I think this is all across the board. I don't think it's just black males. I think it's white males.
Oh no,
Latinos.
Across mankind is part of the existential crisis for all men is the ability to reproduce. That's what the whole Tomasi, you know, sort of community sort of came around, was solving that reproductive problem. Existential crisis for women is giving it up to the raw man who can't fulfill her hypergamous requirement.
Yeah. And the powers that be is interfering like the whole time. Matter of fact, they're throwing things in the pile and laughing like, watch this. And, and they start cracking up.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely. Like it's funny. One of we recently had in Ireland here, which has always been a very Catholic country and very sort of conservative and somewhat right wing, only recently legalized both divorce and gay marriage, both within quick succession of each other. Within like the two referendums happened within a year and 3 months of each other.
Wow.
But it was funny that it was the feminists who championed gay marriage and allowed all the gay fellas to get married. Why you'd want to be married to anyway. But the thing was, there was an element of, well, we'll scratch your back, so it's time to scratch ours. So when it came to the abortion referendum, it was sort of put down by the feminists as to, well, you know, it's our turn and you have to trust us, and you know we're dealing with it and it's down to us and this sort of type of stuff. And is, you know, like, how dare someone who's, you know, a white heterosexual male happen to have any opinion about this? Like,
you know what's crazy is that these feminists, they come out and make it look like they're getting all this stuff on their own, but they're still working for men to achieve this mission.
Oh yeah, in our news cycle, we are continually being bombarded here about the effect of lockdown on women who are in domestic abuse scenarios and women who need emergency abortions, and where they're going to go. That they don't have access to abortion due to the COVID-19, to the beer bug.
Oh wow, that's deep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, and it is great. Like I sort of joke to myself, sort of every morning as you know, you listen to Feminist FM, and when you listen to the 9 o'clock news, 7 articles, 6 are to do with feminism. Do you know what I mean? Further in the feminist agenda.
I kind of wonder with that, like we were saying earlier, like the whole, what is it, the birth rate of every group of people has gone down, right?
Yes.
So if we know, according to Agenda 21, right, they want to get rid of so many people, and they're indoctrinating people. They want the birth rate to go up, especially if they're going to get rid of a lot of people all at once, within a span or whatever. But they're going to need young people that come in already indoctrinated. So they put everybody on lockdown.
Yeah.
Close some stores. There's no Plan B pill available. You can't go re-up on your meds if you're on birth control. So could this be kind of a big, fuck you to female nature? Sorry, but for the
in
next
a way, because they got the artificial wombs and everything, and you gotta, the stuff that you're talking about, you really gotta study Hitler. Hitler.
Okay. So this is March. We'll put it like this: if we see a spike in the birth rate in December and there's a lot of babies at Christmas, we're going to see a lot. But also, one of the statistics that came out of Wuhan is that since the lockdown has been released, divorce or petitions for divorce have increased by 70%.
Right.
Now, going with the Hitler Youth. That's where Mike is. That's the territory that Mike is going into, but it's today. If you think about it, they were working on making sure they control the baby in the womb. So when that baby is born, they become a soldier. They will never miss. They will be super strong. They procreate when they want them to, and their baby come out the way they want it. I mean, he wanted a super race. And it's not too far-fetched what's going on today.
Sure, we saw that in one of the Star Wars movies where Finn, the character played by that Nigerian actor from London. Sure.
Mandalorian, right?
Yeah, no, not the Mandalorian. What was it? Where we first met Rey and BB-8 and
Finn. Okay, Finn was the black guy.
Yeah, Finn was the black guy. I can't remember.
Yeah, him.
Yeah, but he as a stormtrooper was specially bred with a number or whatever. He was bred to be a stormtrooper.
Oh, okay. I know, because the Mandalorian, didn't they do that with the Mandalorian?
I haven't seen that yet.
Me neither. I'm glad you reminded me.
Yeah. No,
the show The Mandalorian, but the Mandalorian was based on that the first guy that was known as a Mandalorian in the movies. They bred him, the guy from New Zealand, the actor. Remember the one? I think it was the one when Anakin was now an adult, and they chased the stormtrooper guy around. The guy that was in the Mandalorian suit, and when they actually fought and they found out all of those robots that they were creating were all the same. They all looked like him. They were all copies of him.
Oh, I see.
I forget the actor's name. The guy from New Zealand, but he played in the.
Chris Hemsworth, is this or?
No. This is he's like a black New Zealander, a black Kiwi.
Oh, Samoan. He's a native New Zealander. Okay.
Right. So that guy, all of the Mandalorians in that movie that I think it was episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Episode 5.
Yes.
That's the one where he came out as a big character. And he fought with Anakin and the other guy, his trainer.
Yeah. The Ballerina man. Not Neil Neeson. Liam Neeson. Yeah. Liam Neeson was what do you call it? Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Right, Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
They've introduced these thoughts and these things to us numerous times, through Hollywood, like that, like these everything that we talk about, like when we think of the government and the people in charge and the way that society is moving, we've seen all of this. it's already been not indoctrinated, but it's
Yeah.
been introduced multiple times in different ways.
But funny you should mention that. Do you know the one film that keeps being repeated on the terrestrial TV stations here? Men in Black. Every few days, one of the terrestrial stations has it on.
Well, isn't it this weekend that we're supposed to have that meteor shower?
Okay.
I think it's this weekend. We're supposed to have I don't know if it's a meteor shower or a big meteor is supposed to go past the Earth. I want to say it's this weekend. The 10th. Today's the 10th, right?
Yes, today's the 10th, tomorrow's the 11th. Yes.
If we do a Google or something, there's something going on with a meteor or whatever going past the Earth this weekend. Then that might have something to do with the Men in Black playing.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Oh, I lost art.
Meteor activity outlook for April 11th to 17th, 2020. Date of maximum activity, April 26th. Yeah, there's one close by. Was it the April the 6th, April the 22nd? One more row, 5 hours ago. Yeah, there's something.
So something just passed, or something is coming.
Yeah, sort of between the 11th and the 17th, that there's sort of 2 or 3 possible. Yeah, because we actually have a high moon phase. Because funny, I've actually noticed the tide's been very high the last few days. Because actually at home here we had a 4-meter tide, which is normally only 3.2. Because I live right on the beach here. Yeah, the area of the sky where meteors appear to shoot from positions and rates listed are exact for Saturday night, Sunday morning, April 11th to the 12th.
Okay.
Yeah, so there is. The Lyrids are a medium strength shower that usually produces good rates for 3 nights centered on the maximum. These meteors also lack persistent trains but can produce fireballs. Maybe we're going to get a visit over the weekend.
Right?
Maybe ET's coming home.
Hey. At this point, like I mean,
You know something? Is that fucking weird?
right? I'm at the point of I welcome it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not scared of aliens. I'm more scared of what's being hidden than if some aliens would just show up.
Exactly, absolutely, yeah.
I don't know if it. I don't want to say it's fear of the unknown. It's knowing that there's something to fear.
Yes.
It's like, or else why would it be secret?
Exactly. Absolutely. When we see when you go down the sort of the extraterrestrial rabbit hole and you find the likes of Stephen Greer and the CE5 movement and the whole sort of disclosure piece, like there's a lot of stuff that's been kept from civilization, including 0 point energy and all this type of stuff. There's a lot of people making money out of resources that we would otherwise have that would have changed society a long time ago, but it just wasn't possible to allow that to happen. So a lot of that's, like if what Stephen Greer says with 0 point energy, it would transform propulsion, it would transform power transmission, it would transform interstellar travel.
Yeah, and it's like they're slowly giving us more. In some places, they're doing it without telling us that they'll do it, and then they slowly introduce it to us.
We see
the 5G.
Well, if you look at it, why did President Trump create Space Force? Was it to take back the assets that were already there and bring them onto the books and sort of move to, sort of take the stuff back into public ownership and say to the lads, right, fuck away off, we're taking this back now. Like, where does all this budget and all this satellites and, like, you do know Trump signed an order that now says that the moon belongs to the US and is no longer considered as a commonage,
Like
i.e.
international.
That was signed during the week. Didn't make the news.
He said, this used to be the Gulf of Mexico. We're taking it back.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's just where Superman lives, so truth, light, and the American way, and all that sort of type of stuff. But the Russians are going, you can't really do that, and Trump's going, watch me, lads.
It's like, stop me, right? Man. Yeah. Well, hey, Mark, I'm gonna go ahead and get off. I didn't even eat today yet. I did some haircuts and then I started my little project.
Okay. So what time is it with you? Well, it's just touching midnight here, so it must be sort of 5, 6, or 7 o'clock in the evening.
It's about to be 4.
Okay, that's 8 hours ahead of you. Okay.
Yeah, it's about to be 4 p.m. I haven't ate all day. Yeah, I just
like, are you guys working? You're not in lockdown or anything? Like, there's not much happening in Arizona, is there?
Well, no. Every state's on a lockdown.
Right.
But they all have their own limits. Like, I got people. You've seen traffic. There's guys riding bikes around. People going for walks. They're still out and about here, but everything's closed anyway. So it's like that's all you can do is take your kids to the park.
Yeah.
The malls are practically closed.
So
only essential personnel. So the mechanic shops, tire stores, some fast food, grocery stores, restaurants are closed.
Why is McDonald's an essential service?
Huh?
Is McDonald's an essential service?
Oh yeah, McDonald's. That's big money. They pay a lot of taxes, bro.
No McDonald's open here, brother. They're all closed.
Man,
over here. Yeah, like even trying to get takeaway food, even like tonight I thought, like, I've been good all week, so I treated myself to a pizza tonight. But like, I had to physically ring in my order and stand outside the shop until it was called to come in and pay, and then payment only by contactless, no cash.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Like, we go and get our e-cig, the vapes.
Yes.
The e-cigarette juice.
Yes.
They're open. Like you can't go in. You call them.
Yes.
Pay with a credit card, and when you get there,
yes,
you can't knock on the door. Like, they'll look at you through the glass and tell you to call them. So you call them and say, "Hey, I just put in an order for 30 milligrams of whatever."
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay, we'll be right there. And they just grab it off the counter and walk it out to you. It's like, but yeah, like the essential thing, it's weird because Arizona is always the last one to fall in line with what the government says.
Okay.
All right. This is still the wild, wild west in the form that our governors, this is cowboy country. So everybody thinks it's Texas. No, Texas does its own thing, but because of their involvement with the money, they think they're making decisions, but they fall in line pretty quick. Okay. Arizona was anti-Obama. I don't know if you remember that lady that put her finger in Obama's face when he got off the plane, the senator or whatever or the governor. Well, that happened here in Arizona.
Ah, okay.
Okay, Obama gets off a plane and the lady walks up to him, like, pretty much right off the plane, and puts her finger in his face, and when she's talking to him. Governor.
Yeah. Okay. Right? Yeah, I remember the TV pictures now. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the same way they treated Obama, they treat Trump. That like this is the Wild West. Everybody's walking around with guns. Okay, so there's not a lot of shootouts here.
Okay.
You hear of somebody getting shot,
yes,
but you don't hear of shootouts.
Okay. Oh, fair enough. Okay. Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Everybody's walking around loaded out here.
Yeah.
So
Don't bring in like a gunfight.
yeah. So like out here, like I said, it's weird that you can go to the gas stations, you can walk through the gas stations, no problem.
Yes.
You can go to the grocery stores. Walmart's still open, no matter. I think that's nationwide.
Yes.
But they're the big conglomerate, right? The Amazon guys are still delivering, UPS, FedEx, all of that.
And is it open carry in your state?
Oh yeah, it's open carry in
Yeah.
Arizona. Adult 21 and over can
Yes.
carry concealed without a license.
Okay.
Under 21 can open carry, and they cannot purchase a handgun. So you can buy a rifle, you can buy an AK, you can buy a M16. You know what I'm saying? All of that. You can buy an AR. Okay. At
Right.
18 years old, you can go into a pawn shop and walk out with an AK-47, but you cannot go in and buy a Glock.
Okay. You have to wait till you're 21 to buy a Glock. Yeah.
Right. But I can buy a Glock and gift it to my sons.
Okay.
They can walk around with it open carry.
Wow.
Yeah, as I said, Arizona's wild, man. Like, so everybody's walking around loaded.
No wonder Kamasi lives there.
Right? Yeah, we got what I think 7 million in the whole state, if that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
This is above the population of Ireland. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like this whole state, and we have 2 cities.
Okay.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah.
Anthony, where's the keys? Oh, okay. That should be good. You put the emergency brake.
Do you need to go there, man?
No. My son was just pushing my car up because we have the basketball court.
Okay.
So he's moving the car out of the way so he could go shoot around.
Good. All right.
But yeah, I mean, I do need to get going though. I gotta eat something. My stomach's been over here making noise. That's why I moved the microphone away from my stomach. I want you guys think I'm over here farting and stuff.
Just as well, it can't smell it.
But hey, man, I appreciate you always. A pleasure, bro. Thank you for coming up.
My pleasure, man. We should do this.
Like I said, most of the time I have an open panel. So if you see me, come up.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
Thank you so much for the information, bro. Like it opens up the mind, and people who might not have been thinking something might be open to a new train of thought or a new idea to look into. You know,
take the red pill daily and find the truth.
There you go.
Peace, brother.
All right, Mark. Thanks for coming up, bro.
Man. Ciao.
All right, later. All right, everybody. Hey, I didn't know I was gonna be on this long, but hey, I pulled it out. I want to appreciate everybody that came through. I'm gonna go ahead. Yeah, I gotta get something to eat. So before I leave, again, thank you for coming through. And you know what? If you've watched any of my other videos, I always tell you guys take care of your energy, which is your mentals, how you thinking, what you're thinking. You know, your mind, soul, spirit, whatever you believe in that pushes you to get up and go every day. Take care of your health, because that's what's going to get your mind working right, keep your brain healthy, and give you the ability to do stuff. All right, you got to take care of your health, and at the same time, take care of your wealth. Take care of your wealth, because we live in a capitalistic world, as we see right now with what's happening in the world. Money is running everything, right? The whole world is shut down due to the ability for this money to move and whatnot. The airplanes ain't flying, okay? So you need money. So energy, health, and wealth, take care of it, manage it, fix it. All right. Jazz and Justice. My it sounds Irish, but it's actually Dutch. I was adopted, and my dad that adopted me is from the Virgin Islands, so they have a lot of Dutch names there from when the Dutch were in charge of the islands and whatnot. So Shinnery is actually Dutch. It's a strong oak tree, which is kind of like what I am. Once I set my roots, I stand firm until a strong enough wind blows me over. Right. But anyway, yeah, thanks for coming through, guys. Yeah, my mouth is dry. I gotta get see what wifey's got set up for me in there. I'm sure she's got some grubs. She probably put something in the mud. She stuck her head out earlier, so I'm thinking she was trying to tell me my food was ready. And that was a little over 3 hours ago. So I might have to go nuke something. All right, hey, peace, guys. Thank you for coming through. Hey, Rob Cruz, that's right. My dad's from St. Thomas. Yep. Yeah, been all through there. All right. Whoa, what happened? Oh, I'm so stupid. I'm sorry about that, guys. See that? Yeah, my brain don't got no energy going through. I gotta go rebuild my brain. They done stole all my mental energy. But all right, I'm gonna get off. You guys will see me, I'm sure, today and tomorrow, and at least the rest of this crisis we got going on in the world. You'll see me in the YouTube streets. If you see me alive, you know what I'm saying, come through, say what's up. And most of the times I do an open panel because my most of my stuff is based on experiences that led to thought patterns. And so if somebody has an opposite thought pattern or a different idea or a similar idea, I'd like to hear from everybody, because more ideas that come up lead to better decisions for people that haven't experienced anything, or somebody who's going through something. They might need to hear multiple ways to solve a problem. And so I usually have an open panel when I'm live. All right, I'll do my little spiel for 15, 20 minutes or whatever, and then it's open game after that. But hey, I'm losing my voice too. That never happens. Don't tell my kids. But all right, I'm gonna go ahead and get off. I'm hungry. Peace out to everybody. Thank you for coming through again, and we will do it again. Aloha. I forgot to end the broadcast. Here we go. Boom.